Ooh, spooky time! We are here in episode 128 to give you our horror recommendations and talk about other movie reviews and TV shows as well. So tune in to this episode.
Welcome back to another episode of the Councilmen. This will be our 128th episode, and today we are joined by, the usual four. There's Albert, Kelvin, Ariq, and Teguh. But hey, episode 128 is a special episode, Albert?
Oh yeah?
Yeah. God damn it, Ariq!
I overheard the whole conversation. I know
What? Why is it so special?
It's a special day because look, no ears.
I'm gonna permanently mute myself. Look at this.
Oh no. But yeah,
Oh
well
my
yeah,
God, they break
this
it.
this is our I don't know, ear hiding episode. What?
Our
But yeah,
ears are spooked,
I
so
only
we're
got like I only
hiding.
got like those cool headset microphones, and my microphone's separate.
You're not a gamer.
I do,
Hey
no, I
man,
do, I do have mic in here. I just don't know how much better it is compared to this one.
is this on the site? I guess
I have
yours
no clue.
probably is if there's no attachment to it. But yeah, so anyway, yeah, today we are going to give our horror movie recommendation to finally, probably, hopefully, make Teguh watch horror movie. So yeah,
Yeah.
and then outside of that, we are going to have, of course, what if review. Yeah, episode 9, the final episode, which is a doozy. And lastly, Albert, Teguh, and Abek will give you guys what's the name? No Time to Die review. But yeah, I won't be there because I haven't watched any James Bond movie.
Yeah, those will be spoiler filled.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, Albert, I don't know. You start, I guess.
Yeah,
And
so
wait,
this
Star Machine, what do you mean? Where are we going?
I think I just figured it out because you said let's go, and then he
You
asked
said let's
where
go
are we
instead. Where
going.
are we going? How do you?
Oh, right.
I like how
Damn it,
Kelvin
Kelvin.
understands what to do means, but he doesn't understand. Huh? What do you mean, Star Machine? It's like right there.
Hey man, sometimes the force of the headphone just kind of clamp down your brain as well.
Otak lu.
Okay,
All right, go on, Albert.
but yeah, no, this is we were trying to figure out what we want to do for Spooktober. We've done horror stories, we've done brackets of different stuff, but the biggest problem with ours is that whenever we want to do a ranking or like a certain ranking, a top 10 or like a bracket in terms of the horror genre, it's difficult because all of us have different tastes in horror. Teguh straight out just doesn't watch horror. I watch a lot of the 80s type horror. Calvin likes to watch the modern horror, lots of the torture porn stuff, like Saw and everything. It's a subgenre of horror. It's,
I would like to clarify that I do not enjoy watching people get tortured.
but you do watch the
Okay.
Yes,
he likes the
I
body
do.
horror kind of things.
Maybe.
And
Go on.
Ariq watched a lot of the paranormal stuff. Even though most of us watch paranormal, I think Ariq watched that out of most of us.
That or like action horror stuff.
action horror. So yeah, we all watch different types of horror, so that it doesn't really. We have a few overlap, but not that much.
Mhm.
So it was hard, and then we figured out like what could we do that where we can still talk about horror movies that we like.
And the few overlap we have very
Talk
different
about it.
opinions about it.
And we have talked about it pretty much. I feel like.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we decided like, oh, what could we do to still talk about horror movies that we like? Maybe introduce them to some people who have never heard of these movies, but like make it in a fun way. So we decided, hey, one of our council members does not like horror. What if we just do a segment where we all pitch him different horror movies, and then we pitch him different horror movies to Teguh, and then he has to watch them, at least one of them, before the end of the month. And I believe Teguh consent to this fully, right?
Sure.
Yes.
We'll
So he
we'll force
consent-
Teguh.
Yeah, we have Teguh's full consent for this. So we'll be the main part of the show. We'll be pitching him different films. I don't know how many we're pitching, and then he basically by the end of the month, you have to at least watch one of them, and we'll have to see if he enjoy it, or if he hates us even more because of it, or hates the genre even more because of it. So
Maybe. Oh yeah.
Anything can happen.
mhm.
So Teguh, how excited are you to probably jump into a genre you have barely touched?
Not excited at all.
God damn it. Oh well. Alright, so
Okay. Anyway.
I'm super curious how diverse or how similar our list or
Yeah, I
our
know.
pitch will be. And yeah, so
Oh, wait, should
This
we
is-
mention
this
that
is-
maybe we'll
Okay,
take
go on, Rick.
suggestions as well from the comments if they
Mm.
want to suggest to go to watch something.
yeah, from the
Because we
comments,
know-
if you guys have something interesting, or not that known the movie, say so in the comments,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows? Like if we haven't watched it, we might watch it
I'll-
ourselves as well.
before we start though, I do want to ask Teguh something. I'm pretty sure Teguh, you still haven't watched. You don't watch horror in general, but I'm pretty sure you've
Mhm.
watched maybe one or two, a few. Like, could you
Let me-
list on top of your head which horror movie you have seen so that we just avoid talking about it?
How
I know I've seen a
pretty
few
sure-
clips of One Missed Call. No, not a few clips.
okay.
Like I've seen bits of it. I haven't watched the whole movie.
Okay.
Now, how about like movies like Aliens kind of thing, where we don't?
I've seen Prometheus.
Okay. so
I've
you've
seen. There's another movie. What the fuck was it? I Know What You Did Last Summer.
this-
Oh right, that's the only horror that straight up
This is-
slasher, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you?
Have
Have you seen
what?
any like 20? Have you watched a 2017 horror movie directed by Jordan
Okay.
Peele?
Oh, what?
Why are you
oddly
trying to be so? Yeah, I know, right?
I don't know. I just say. Have you watched Get Out?
Just see the title. Damn,
I don't know. Man. I don't know what I'm doing.
That's horror.
that's horror.
didn't
Yeah.
know.
It's very.
I
it's
didn't
very
see.
like-
I don't know.
It classifies as horror.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
Have you seen that?
I'm pretty sure Teguh hasn't seen that.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me figure out how I want to order this then.
Hell, you don't need to order it. No,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
gonna
I'll put
decide.
it.
I'm gonna decide on the spot.
All right. So should we start now? I guess. Yeah.
Let's start.
So here I'll give a start on this. One of the scariest movie, I think.
You're gonna start by giving him one of the scariest movie.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm like scared of it. You are scared of it. Like, I'm probably the least scared of it. When all of us have watched this movie, and it's of course the most famous movie of all time, The Cat in the Hat. You know.
I'm not scared. I was just scarred. Here's the difference.
Look
between
at
scared-
how thrilled Teguh's face is.
I'm so excited.
No, I just like that his name fits the title you gave him.
That is exactly why I chose that name.
Why you do this? Why you
Why
do
you do
this?
this to me?
But yeah. No. Okay. No. On serious note, not The Cat in the Hat.
Oh, man.
So yeah. What's his name? I know Teguh like actions, and he doesn't really like those ghost stuff, right? So hey, what's a better movie than The Cabin in the Woods for Teguh to watch? Yeah. I mean, a lot of monsters, a lot of zombies, a lot of actions. I think Teguh can jump
Also
right
this-
into that.
This kind of creature in it.
What's
weirdly.
that?
Kelvin,
Oh.
Like a verse, but with
so give the general concept of the film to Teguh. Describe it and see if he's interested.
General concept. Okay, Teguh. So A bunch of high schoolers, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. Chosen by a secret government to be sacrificed to the world ender. And along the journey, um, a bunch of monsters showed up.
Okay.
And there is Shaggy.
That wasn't
And there
how
is
I.
and there is Shaggy.
And a
Yeah,
unicorn.
a high Shaggy.
Shaggy the singer?
No, Shaggy the Scooby Doo.
Oh,
The
What?
Scooby
I thought you're talking. I thought you're talking about the music artist. I'm like, I don't remember him being in this film.
No, Shaggy is in the movie though, so I don't know. You might like that, Teguh. Yeah, yeah.
Like, I wasn't expecting you to pitch the actual the secret organization thing. I was just gonna say a bunch of high schoolers go to a cabin and there's monsters attacking.
I mean, yeah. If I say that, it doesn't sound as interesting. It doesn't sound deep. Yeah, yeah. So
Let's.
I don't
Okay,
know.
so
So there's comedy in it. There's action in it. And it's honestly not that scary. You know? Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I think
yeah.
this is what we should do. After Calvin pitch, if any of us, me or Ariq, have seen it, we can give our thoughts on it and like
I've seen it.
give our thoughts on it, I guess, and maybe either convince Teguh to watch it or say the other way around if you think it's a bad choice for Teguh to watch it.
Such a
Uh,
good choice.
and then after we do that, we hear what Teguh think of the film
Yeah, sure.
as a whole, of like how interested he is in terms of.
All right. So anyone want to back me up or
I wanna
against
go.
me?
I wanna go first. I want to go against Kelvin. Just kidding.
What?
No. Okay, so what is it? The cabin in the woods. We did like consider this as a like like what would be a good like horror movie to get into to get like the general gist of what a horror like movie usually is. And a cabin in the woods is actually like one of the best interpretations of like just a generic horror movie, but it's not like as bad as most
Twist.
generic horror
There's a
movies.
twist.
Yeah, there's also I mean like the whole movie on its own is pretty like entertaining. Like it's just a fun watch at the same time.
Yeah.
You can watch with friends, have a couple of beers, like just do that, it's fun. It's just a fun
Yeah, see?
watch.
Togo is an alcoholic. He can do that.
Yeah, yeah, you can do that thing.
He just hit the friends part.
Yeah. Oh, look. Star Machine agreed on my points, and I guess Kelvin's
Yeah,
as
see?
well. I think Fire in the Woods is a good intro level horror movie, in my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is good. It's just like what do you expect from a horror movie? Like expect Cabin in the Woods, but they could be either a bit better or a lot worse
Mm-hmm.
because it sets the standard kind of high. Cabin in the Woods is
And-
kind of good. And what?
And there is Chris Hemsworth,
I was
Yeah,
he was
about
still
to
young.
bring that up. Yeah.
He was
Yeah,
still young.
this
at
is
the time,
pre
was he?
Thor.
If
This
you want to
pre-Thor.
see pre-Thor super skinny Chris Hemsworth, watch this film.
Yeah.
It's scariest for that
Pre-Thor.
alone.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I have to say. Albert, do you have anything more to add, or?
This is definitely a good intro level horror movie.
See?
If Calvin didn't mention the part with secret organization, I would say this is a good horror mystery. So it keeps you guessing because there's a mystery aspect to it. But yeah, it's fun. I think this is similar like Teguh. I was probably, aside from Teguh, I was the last person here to be introduced to the genre of horror because I think Calvin watched it since a very young age. I know Ariq as well. I didn't really watch it until high school. This is one of the first ones, I think. And I thought it was good and like it introduced me to the genre. So this is definitely good. And it's also short. It's only 1 hour 35 minutes. So it's
Yeah.
a fast watch.
It's a fast watch. Action packed.
Oh, is it?
Well,
Is
kind
it only
of.
that short? Oh.
It is that short, yeah. And there's comedy in it as well, It's all good. It's all fun, Yeah. There you go. That's my suggestion for Teguh. Right there.
Yeah. So
Cabin in
Teguh,
the Woods.
Teguh, what do you think of
Cabin in
the
the Woods.
first movie so far?
I don't know. What else you got for me?
Okay, I guess
Okay.
we have to keep pitching him
Okay, just
else he'll see.
just ignore Kelvin's suggestion. Yeah, whatever, Kelvin.
There's either Teguh is
Screw you.
actually not interested or is actually too tense in Ghost Recon right now.
He's playing a
It's
scary
not,
game
nothing's
right.
happening
He's
right now.
he's playing a scary game right now. He's Ghost. Ooh, scary.
All right, so I guess
All right,
let's
all right.
just continue giving the movies, and maybe he'll want to compare. Maybe he want to
Yeah,
compare
yeah, yeah.
what we did.
All right. So who's next?
Um,
Okay. Avik, you go next, I guess. Or Albert. Albert.
Ariq can
I don't
go.
mind. I don't
Avik.
mind
All
going
right,
next. All right.
Avik, you can go next.
All right. So the movie that I decided to like recommend for Teguh is actually a movie that me and Kelvin just recently watched in the
Recently,
late
you
afternoon.
mean like a few hours ago?
What the It was about 4 hours ago we finished it. Anyway.
Oh.
So-
Oh, I know what it is. Okay, interesting.
yeah, okay. So we watched the movie I recommend to Teguh is Train to Busan. Now the reason why I picked this is because I was trying to be specific, right? I was like, okay, let's see like what like I was like thinking like okay, so let's see like a zombie movies because usually they do classify as horror, albeit not scary. So like say that's something Teguh can withstand. I remember Teguh
Yeah.
watching a full gameplay walkthrough of Resident Evil 8. Granted, he was watching this Japanese guy and he likes to shout a lot, so it made it funnier than it is scary. But you know what? It's still a horror game, and it's about zombies as well. So like okay, find something that is zombie, but find a good zombie movie. And the last thing I can think of in my mind was Train to Busan because most zombie movies are pretty mediocre, or the good ones like say World War Z. I think Teguh has already watched, and it isn't that scary either. So I was like, okay, let's just like, well, I think so. Like, okay, let's watch Train to Busan. And basically the movie like is I think it was classified under horror action. It was
Mhm.
it's pretty good. The I don't know, like the general story is simple to understand. The all the characters are intriguing and everything. It's a simple story with like some action here and there, and yeah, I mean it's just a really good movie, really. Just a good simple movie.
Here. You only have to say 2 words to make Teguh want to watch this. All right,
Mhm.
all right. Korean Wong.
What? Wait, as someone who also has never seen this film, I'm so confused.
You know what? Here. Star Machines also said I have not seen Train to Busan, but all we can say, me and Avik, we can agree. Korean Wong is
Korean.
badass.
It is that like I said, this is a more enjoyable horror. It's not like to scare the good. This is meant to actually make him have fun watching it.
Yeah.
I specifically pick a movie that I think is not very scary but also entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
Because that's what matters, you know.
It's when you're watching it, it's tense. It's not like scary, like oh god. No, it's more like
It's not like whoa
tense.
jump scare. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like ooh, what's going to happen? Ooh.
Yeah. So I think Train to Busan is a
Honestly, I
you
just
know.
recommend people watching that movie in general. It's just like,
I
oh
really
no, it's
want
not
it.
for scary or horror.
might
No,
watch it
just
this
watch it. It's good.
Yeah. The only problem with Train to Busan for Teguh is that I don't know if it's a problem for you or not. It is for me that the subtitles are in Japanese only in Netflix Japan.
in Netflix.
So you still have to download it. Yeah. Or watch
Or
it somewhere else.
just
Yeah.
or just learn Japanese so fluently that you'll understand the subtitles.
Teguh,
But yeah.
if you have VPN, it's available on Pluto TV and Peacock and in America.
But yeah.
And Tubi.
Yeah. I'm with Avik on this. Train to Busan. It's good. It's good.
Honestly, it's just a good movie. Just like if you haven't watched it, just go ahead.
If you haven't watched
Though
it,
we
yeah,
have-
go.
We know there's a second one, but we didn't check it out. But we know that
Uh,
the reviews are pretty bad.
The second one is called Peninsula, and it's the review is not the best, but hey,
Yeah, the review's
maybe
not the
one day
best.
we'll watch it. But Train to Busan itself,
It's
good
a good
stuff.
movie.
Yeah, good stuff right there. And who doesn't want to see Korean Wong, right?
Korean Wong. I thought I specifically said Korean Sang-chi, but it'll be. I don't want to explain why.
Hey, it's he Look-wise, you look closer to Wong. All
He
right.
looks. I know he looks closer to Wong, but you know, it's not
I
that.
I don't wanna make any infers here. But is
Oh,
this Korean Wong by any chance the person from Eternals?
God
Yes.
damn it.
Because he is a Korean actor and he
God,
does
Yes.
look like Wong.
God
Okay.
damn it. Yeah, yeah, it is. It is
Yeah, he
actually.
is.
Oh,
That's
We
the
just
same.
found out after the
so he
movie.
is in Train to Busan. Okay, I didn't know that.
We found out
Yeah.
after the movies. I was like, oh wait, this guy's in the Turtles. What? Oh,
Wait, what?
what?
Yeah. But yeah,
That's
Korean
cool.
Wong.
That's
Go
cool.
watch him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have not seen this, so I don't have anything to say. But I know it's a good zombie film.
You should watch it as well, Bert. You should watch it.
I will. I will.
Yeah. Alright. So yeah. Anything else you want to say, Rick? About Train to Busan?
No, that's it. It's just good
Yeah.
movie. Watch it.
Good shit. Yeah. Alright. So yeah, Star Machine, if you haven't seen Train to Busan, yeah, go watch it as well. It's actually good.
Actually
Yeah.
good.
Actually good. Yeah. Alright, Albert, so your turn now.
Okay, so my original first pick was something similar to your realm of like fun, actiony horror film, but I just want to
Mhm.
give a little bit more diversity here for Teguh to
Alright.
like maybe pick, so it's not the same type. So I'm gonna go with a one of the first horror movies as well that I've ever seen. Some people doesn't classify this as horror. I classify this particular one, definitely as horror. It's a sci-fi horror film from 1979, I think. It's Alien, the first Alien by Ridley Scott.
Okay.
It's the premise is basically a space crew. They land on this planet, and then there is an alien that infests the ship,
Infested. Yeah.
and basically
Infested.
the alien just start killing every crew member on the ship. So
Sus.
um, it's super tense. It's this one might be I have nothing to Busan, but compared to Cabin in the Woods, this might be scarier. So this might be a more scarier film to dive into, but it has the sci-fi aspect of it. It has the survival aspect of it. It has all very fascinating characters, futuristic, and there is also a lot of gore involved. So
Um,
if you are okay with that, I highly recommend this because this is a very very good film.
I mean, it's those times when a lot of them are using the prosthetics as well, right? You know,
Mhm.
all the miniatures and stuff. So
It
it's
was at that. It was at the time.
yeah.
They used that.
So all those effects are actually really good as well.
It
You know,
holds up really well.
yeah, it hold up really well. Yeah. Honestly, I haven't watched the first Aliens either.
Oh, you've never seen the first one?
Dude,
I've
the
seen
only
all the
Aliens movie
Aliens.
I've watched is Covenant.
Oh, that's a bad
Oh.
one. That's a bad one to
Yeah,
start.
that's not a very.
And
Yeah, that's
yeah,
not a very good one.
that
Yeah.
did not pique my interest.
No, understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Okay, so I have watched all the Alien like movies, even the third one, the really weird one, the bad
I
one.
haven't seen the
Okay.
third one. I gotta watch it.
So like yeah, to be honest, I recommended to go Aliens, the second movie, but obviously you have to watch the first movie to understand the
That's
second
why
one.
that's why I didn't bring it up.
Mm.
Yeah, and the second one is more to my genre of action horror. There's more action in that than there is horror.
Mhm.
But the first Aliens is actually like a good horror movie, and it's not like it was more interesting in a way that it's not some like random human slasher like say Jason, you know, it was like it's actually like aliens in space.
Yeah.
I mean, so
Yeah.
like yeah, it's such a it's a more interesting movie, and also like I played no, I didn't play. I watched gameplays of people play like Alien Isolation. Like the first movie and that game are very similar to each other, but in my opinion, the game looks a lot scarier. I don't know. It's just the set. I guess the setting and the fact that you're in first person hiding from the alien. That shit's scary.
I mean, like when you're playing the game, you are the character hiding. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. From the perspective, so like you can understand it from the perspective of what's her name? Ripley? Yeah, Ripley.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
It's like how
Alan Ripley.
scary it is just hiding
Yeah.
from the aliens. Oh god.
And we didn't even mention it's Sigourney Weaver's performance as Alan Ripley is one of the best performance in a genre film of all time.
I remember
Creates a
reading this
character that's
trivia.
so good.
Yeah, I remember reading this trivia. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but like At first they wanted Ripley to be a male character because the producers think that a woman couldn't survive in such situations. But then the director said no, they'll make it a woman just to prove that it works, and it did work.
Oh my.
That's what I heard. But I'm not sure if that's an actual like trivia. I'm too lazy to check it.
Ariq just made that up.
I did. Oh, you don't believe in women equality? Oh, it's sexist.
God damn it, Albert.
You're getting cancelled.
But no, yeah. So I mean,
Alright.
it's a good film, definitely.
Alright, Teguh, out of the three options, Cabin in the Woods,
Star Machine literally saying what Ariq and me was saying. Yeah, Aliens is good. I prefer Aliens because it's action. It's one of the most badass action film I've ever seen in my life. And the thriller aspect is insane. But yeah, you gotta watch the first one to enjoy the second one.
Alright, yeah, you also say Drag Me to Hell. Watch it with partner, in case Teguh passed out. Yeah.
Probably not a
I haven't
good
watched
start
that
then.
one.
Not a good start.
Not a good intro horror film.
So Teguh, so far, out of the three options we gave, well, I guess 4, with Aliens and Aliens. So, Aliens, Train to Busan, or, what then Cabin in the Woods. Any of those interest you so far?
Do you have more options if I'm not interested in any of them?
I do.
Oh,
No,
we
Albert
do.
does.
Yeah, we do.
But you know,
Wait,
let's hear the rest of
my
it.
second recommendation was Aliens. Oh well.
Yeah, let's hear the rest of it first.
Yeah, so you have to watch the first one first.
You want to hear all of our choices
Yeah.
first?
That's all right. Let's see.
I only have two
let's-
choices. That's it.
Oh. Wait, so your choices were Aliens and Train to Busan. That was your two choices.
Yeah.
I mean, you can look up some more as we are
I'll look up some more.
going through more. All right. I got more.
I'll go ahead.
Okay, you
Alright.
go first.
All right, Teguh. Do you like World War II?
Oh, okay.
Didn't you pitch this to me already? Okay, go on.
Well, shut up. Just answer me.
It's rhetorical.
Do you like World War II, Teguh?
Yes,
Do you like zombies?
not really.
Well, good enough. Do you like seeing Nazis, getting defeated?
Teguh's head,
I guess.
why don't you like Nazis?
Yeah, Teguh, because if you say no, then, we have to cancel you. And last but not least, do you like the anime Overlord?
Like which Overlord are we talking about?
But yeah, the movie I'm suggesting is
Yeah, boy,
Overlord.
we have the movie for you. It's called Overlord.
It's called Overlord. Yeah.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the anime. Just so you know.
No.
But yeah, I think Overlord it's a quite an underrated movie, I think. Yeah, what's the name? The movie. Yeah, as I said, take place in World War II, but this time there's the whole I think the Nazis are making like the superhuman serum, something like that, that turns people to zombies, I guess. yeah, and you're there to do the right thing, which is to destroy it. Simple plot, but it was a good movie. Yeah, it was a good movie. You got again, great action. It's pretty gory. The effects are good. The story is good. Okay. U.S. agent is there? Yeah, right. Yeah, that guy
Wyatt
from.
Russell. Yeah, USA.
Yeah, Wyatt
is
Russell is
Oh
there.
yeah, wait, he was there.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
there.
He's the main lead, right?
Yeah,
he's the main lead. Yeah, I
he's the
just
main actor.
remembered.
Yeah, U.S. agent's the main actor. So hey, there you go. That's Overlord right there. I think it's a good watch. If you guys in the comments, you guys haven't watched that, I think you should give it a try. Yeah. It's dark, gritty, I suppose. Yeah. It's a good watch.
I'll say something. I think correct me if I'm wrong. Teguh, not Teguh. Ariq, Kelvin, and me, we watched this together, right?
We did
Yeah.
Yeah.
in your house, yeah.
It's fun. It's a mix of war films, which Teguh like, with the horror genre, which
Which Teguh don't really like.
yeah. But it's a zombie film. It's not like a paranormal horror, so maybe that would ease Teguh in a little bit more. There's a lot of scary parts here, though. The gore is kind of scary. Some moments. Maybe I'm missing. Maybe I, the film is dark. Maybe I'm like misinterpreting it. But
I mean,
the
yeah,
film
no,
is like
yeah.
visually
The film
dark.
is dark. Yeah,
So,
visually dark.
Like, will I be able to see anything?
Oh, not Game of
Yes.
Thrones episode, season 8, episode 3 dark, but like
Yeah, you can still see
horrific,
things. Teguh. It's not like it's pitch
horrific
black.
kind of
It's not.
dark.
Yeah, just the overall tone is visually is dark. Yeah, except when daytime. Then, because there's a sun.
But it's not that dark.
Yeah.
no, it's fun. It feels a little long at times. I think it's a
How
2 hour
long is the
movie.
movie?
I think
Is
it's
it
2
2 hour
hours.
movie? Yeah, let
Yeah.
me check. But go on.
It feels a little long, but it's basically militaries fighting zombies in Nazi-occupied Germany. Well, I guess, but yeah, that's practically the premise.
Yeah. I mean, like the only reason I choose is because I know Teguh likes war. So.
Does Ariq have anything to say about this?
To be honest, I want to say like the movie did have a pretty interesting like story and premise and all that, but like I don't know why, but like when we watched it, I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would, because I did say it was about zombies,
Mhm.
World War II, and there's presumably some amount of action as well, but I don't know. I just like it wasn't as intriguing as I hoped it would. Maybe my standards were too high for it, but it is like just generally a reasonably good movie. I mean, but the three of us watched it. We had fun. You just watch with friends. Don't watch alone.
I
I don't
mean,
know.
Yeah, you might need to watch this with friends because there were some moments in the film where I got a little bit bored, and that was with Calvin and Ariq, so that's saying something.
And we just make random comments about anything that happens.
there was a really weird moment when we were watching it with the whole uh male genitalia.
Not remember this, but okay.
wait.
Take your
When
word
did you
for
see
it.
this?
No, okay, here.
Not
The
remember
male
this.
genitalia did not appear on screen. It's just
Oh.
a misinterpretation by our eyes, or probably my eyes, when watching it.
I do not remember this, so don't loop me in with you. Don't drag me.
Hey,
Don't
we
drag me.
had a good laugh when we saw it.
This is
Yes.
a lot worse than does he speak
Okay.
Spanish. This is doomed.
But yeah,
Yeah, Overlord.
so yeah, Overlord. I think it's a okay choice. Yeah,
Pretty good.
yeah. All right. So who's next? Ariq.
Here,
Oh,
actually, yeah.
Albert. Okay.
Ariq had aliens. Let's talk about it because we didn't really talk about it.
Oh,
In a
the
bit.
aliens. Yeah, the
Yeah,
second movie.
aliens.
Yeah. All right.
So I'll let Ariq take the lead on that first, and I'll chime in.
Okay. Wait. I'm trying to remember the story. So they were trying like they sent like these military
so-
groups to save Ripley from like this abandoned colony, right? That's the
So
second one?
no, well, so the first one is again Alien. The first one is about Ripley's crew got attacked by alien,
Yeah.
and she have to survive, right? Second movie
Yeah.
takes place several years after, and they basically knew about this, and they find out there is a whole nest, and they want to destroy the whole nest. So they send a
Oh, yeah,
military
yeah.
force to the planet, and Ripley is involved because she's the one who's most familiar with it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Never mind. That's what happened.
Mhm.
But yeah, so like the reason why I recommend this movie is because like I said before, it is actually more of the action packed of the whole aliens. It's also like the most, I guess, iconic of the games of the movie, because it did inspire a lot of like things like I know Teguh likes to look at guns and in movies. I remember like the Kelvin wasn't on. We were just watching Jurassic World for fun, and we're like, oh, what's this gun? Oh, is that? And there's a lot of like variations of weaponry in there that the Marines use, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. And of course, the action itself is just a lot of like shoot 'em up kind of fun kind of deal. So honestly, like, it's not scary. Maybe there's like a few jump scares here and there and a bit of gore. Or not a bit, quite a lot of gore. But like the movie in general is just really fun watch. I think it's one of those movies where it's like the sequel is better than the original one. I mean, that's what I think at least. I don't know what Talbert thinks. So yeah, just my
Yeah,
comment
Albert
on
looks
it.
like he's going to disagree.
I'll chime in on
Yeah.
this. I think honestly, out of all the pitches so far, this might be the most Teguh movie because it's literally sending a military to space to destroy an alien's nest.
Yeah, this
It's
is
like
war in space.
it's literally the most Teguh movie. But the thing is, you got to watch the first one to sort of experience this one in its full scale.
Which isn't the most Teguh movie.
No, but yeah, no,
Conundrum.
I absolutely love this film. This is my favorite of the franchise as well that I've seen at least. I know a lot of people think the first one is better because it's different genre. The first one is pure horror sci-fi. This one is more like sci-fi horror with lots of action, and it's such a badass film in terms of the action, and it's also super tense. Like the horror you get is not like there's a few jump scares here and there, but it's more of the tense kind of type because you don't know when the aliens are gonna appear. You don't know who's gonna get killed and who's not, and like what's gonna be the outcome of the whole thing. So it's like it's super tense with the music also done really well, and the action is shot really great as well. And the aliens look better in here too. So it's a step up. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, it's one of the most tense film that I've ever seen while watching it. But again, I haven't revisited this in a while. But when I watched it the first time, it was it's super tense.
Mhm.
Mm. All right. Okay.
Calvin, you haven't seen this one
I
yet?
haven't seen any aliens movie. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I guess
Is that it,
I'll
Albert,
go.
or did you have
Yeah.
any other?
Albert.
All right, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll go. I'll give my next recommendation, and we go back to Teguh to see what he thinks.
Aw.
Okay, go on.
All right. Let's see. Which one do I want to do?
There's a lot of
Okay,
lists for
so-
Albert. He's just like,
Albert just
No, I
opened his
think
whole
the thing is,
letterbox.
I classify my list to different subgenres, and I'm trying to figure out which subgenres I should give.
oh, fair enough.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm not, and I don't want it to be. Yeah, you know what? I'll give this. We don't have this subgenre introduced yet, so I'm gonna bring up. It's Teguh, how do you feel about slasher films? Okay,
Well, what is that supposed to mean? Like, so?
don't mind.
Yeah, no opinion, I guess.
All right. So, one of the first slasher films I ever saw is a film from 1996. I don't know. It's Scream,
Okay.
the Ghostface killer.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a good slasher movie. It's not that scary. When I watched it, I thought it was gonna be super scary, and I put the volume on super low because I was scared. But it's not that scary. It's a lot of fun. It's more of a murder mystery, sort of trying to figure out who the killer is. Because a lot of slasher genre is more just like, oh, the killers are coming, and then you just gotta survive, right? This one is that, but it's also a mystery aspect of like, oh, you gotta figure out who's the killer, and there's like it involves the news. It involves like a group of friends, a group of high schoolers trying to survive this mass killer. And there is a lot of blood involved. There is several violence, but it's not super scary compared to like the Nightmare on Elm Street or like the Halloween films, in my opinion. But it's fun. It's very meta, so you probably wouldn't get much of the meta jokes because you haven't seen a lot of slasher films. But you don't really need it to enjoy it because I have never seen the slasher films at this point, and I still enjoy it a lot. And I think it's a very good introduction to the slasher genre because of how like toned down the actual horror of it is, and it's more of a group of friends together trying to figure out who this killer is that's on the loose that's still killing everyone as well.
All right. The only thing I know about Ghostface is when he appears in one of the disaster movies. That's all I know.
I think I know it from the scary movie. The what's that?
Oh yeah, scary movie, not disaster movie. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's what you meant. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
What's that?
Wait, so
Yeah.
you've never seen Scream?
I've never seen it,
I've
but
never-
I know they have like a lot of rules, like don't do something alone.
They basically the group of friends are all fans of horror movies and they've seen a lot of slasher in the story. So they're taking, because like the Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, everything exists in this universe. So they're like, oh, if we follow these movies, we should not do this stuff in order so we don't get killed and everything like that. Like, oh, if you're a virgin, then you'll survive this because that's all the rules in all the horror movies. So stuff like that. So they take they're like fans of the genre and they make it part of the story, which is fun.
Mm.
It's all directed by Wes Craven, one of the best horror directors.
All right.
Okay, so since you guys have nothing to say, then one last thing for Teguh. Shaggy is also here. Matthew Lillard. He's actually really, really good. This is the first, aside from Scooby Doo, Matthew. This is the second film I've ever seen him in. He's really good in it.
He's in other movies.
What?
I thought you only play in Scooby Doo.
I would argue this is his second most iconic role.
Okay.
Him in this film.
All right, okay.
So yeah, that's Scream. 19, what year is that? 1996. So we all have given him 2 suggestions.
Two recommendations, yeah.
Far. So Teguh, what you think of the 6 films that we brought up so far?
I think right now Teguh. I have a feeling Teguh right now is leaning towards aliens the most. Am I right? Am I wrong?
Between out of everything, it's either Aliens or Train to Busan.
Okay. How about what Bobzilla suggests?
You already watched.
Hey, what
I
about-
already watched that.
Rewatch
Useless.
it, you know?
Useless, Bob. Get out of my stream. I mean our stream.
No, Bob, it's okay. We love you.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yes. No, that's what the goose thinking of watching. At
So
least.
Train to Busan or Alien so far, yeah. All right.
Mhm.
Okay.
Aliens,
All right.
right? Or is it just Alien? Or you want to watch? I guess you have to.
You gotta have. You
Yes, I
gotta
have
watch.
to-
both,
I mean, I
guess.
know the
I guess you have to
premise
watch both,
behind
yeah.
it.
Or I mean, or you can start off at like Aliens, and then you're like, oh, I
Go
wonder
back.
what happens before go back.
Yeah. You know,
And-
you-
it
and
runs-
then when you're
it runs
watching
sort
it,
of
you'll be like, oh, so that's why this happens.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. That's
Oh, yeah,
possible. Yeah.
Simple Joe said Annihilation 2018. That's the one
Oh,
with
I still haven't watched
what's her name?
Natalie Portman.
Natalie. What?
Yeah, Natalie
Portman.
Portman.
Portman. Yeah, why they thought of Potter?
Natalie
Natalie, Natalie
Yeah, with
Portman.
Natalie Portman.
You're a wizard, Natalie.
No,
But yeah,
Annihilation
I
is
watched-
good. It's
I
not
watched
that
Annihilation. It's good. It's not scary. It is trippy at some point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And then it's psychological. Star Machine said I would recommend Split if you have not seen it.
have you seen Split?
Splits horror.
There
No, I
are
haven't seen
horror
Split,
elements.
but-
There's horror elements, definitely.
It's considered horror. Yeah, it's considered
considered
horror.
The genre is classified as horror.
Oh, I haven't
Yeah,
watched.
yeah.
I haven't watched Split. No.
Wait, you haven't watched Split? Dude, Ariq, watch
Oh.
Split. James
I think I
McAvoy
watched.
is so good in there.
Yeah, I watched Glass, not Split.
You watch the. Yeah, Split's better.
Okay.
Split's better
Just
than
so
Glass.
you know, Split is a second movie in the trilogy, right? But the trilogy doesn't really.
It's loose until the
It's
third
loose,
film.
yeah. Well, first and second is loose. Second and third, it's kind of more connected.
It's
Yeah,
it's more like one movie, another movie. Hey, they met. So yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that. Yeah, one movie, then hey, crossover, something like that. So
Yeah.
if you just watch Split without watching Unbreakable, that's fine. Yeah, yeah. All right, Split is a good choice. Yeah. All right. So,
Do we
so
do we wanna speed run some other suggestions to see?
yeah,
If you have
sure.
anything?
I'm
Okay.
out, but yeah, go ahead, Bert.
Okay, Ariq. So Ariq is out. Kelvin, do you have any?
Uh,
We'll go back and forth if you have some.
yeah. Another one that I have is A Quiet Place. Yeah, A Quiet Place is horror, right?
It's
Uh,
horror.
Oh,
I
it
get,
is horror. It is horror.
I just think it might be a little bit too scary for two.
I watched the
is it
second. I watched the second one, not the first one,
the
so I can't
first?
say
Yeah,
about the
Okay.
A
first
Quiet
one.
Place, the first one. I mean, yeah.
It's way more tense than Aliens. So it
Mhm.
actually depends on how Teguh takes Alien or Alien, because
I mean,
it's pretty more similar premise.
I mean,
Except it's on Earth.
and there's less sound, less dialogue.
That's why it's
Less
tense.
sound,
All I
less
can,
dialogue.
yeah, all I can recommend to Teguh is that if you're watching the movie, make sure your neighbors aren't watching Fast Furious. Just-
I told everyone about your story about it when you're watching Aliens, and like, what the hell? That's so sad.
It's true, man. It's so annoying, but yeah.
So yeah, A Quiet Place. I think it's a. I, I guess it is. I don't know if it's scary or not. It's not. I don't find it scary. It's more like extremely tense at some
Mhm.
points of the movie.
It's super
Yeah.
stressful.
It is. Teguh, do you like to be stressed?
No,
Do you like to be?
no.
I don't think anyone would say yes to that.
No.
Well, you see, Teguh has to think about it just now. There's a pause there.
Yeah, Emily Blunt is great in it. It's a tense film, but I don't know. It's on a higher
It's-
scale on the fear factor, in my opinion. But maybe he likes it.
Maybe. Teguh might appreciate the sound of the lack thereof. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, there's that.
Alright. I was about to bring up a film, and then Star Machine bring it up, so he beats me to it.
Yeah.
If you like the slasher genre, Ready or Not, it's a very recent film. I think 2018.
That's the one
It's
of Samara Weaving, right?
Samara Weaving.
Yeah.
It's basically hide and seek, but with murder.
Mhm.
So
Hide
it's-
and
Yeah.
more like hide and
kill.
murder.
Hide and kill.
Yeah.
I think it's super underrated. 2019. I think it's super underrated.
Actually,
but
yeah,
it's
no,
super
dude. I
fun.
was thinking like, oh, I want to watch this movie. It's about a bridesmaid who has to hide from people. I'm like, what is it called? Then Star Machine wrote. I'm like, Google it. Oh, it's this one. He found
Yes,
it.
Ready
Thank
or
you.
Not.
Now I know. Now I know where it is.
But it's super fun. There is tense moments as well,
Mhm.
but it's literally hide and seek with murder. But yeah.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
anything to say?
It's a good choice if you like slashers. Yeah. A lot of blood. A lot of blood in it. Yeah. There's some gun action if the goes into that.
Lots of connection.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, there's that. Yeah. I think yeah, Ready or Not is a good choice, and
Mhm.
Samara Weaving looks good in that too. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I do have a backup choice because I know
All right.
someone's gonna bring it up. So talking about someone who looks good in the movie, let's do. This is a little bit supernatural, so I don't know
Okay.
how much you will like it, but I might intrigue Teguh from a different aspect, from a sexy aspect, you could say.
Ooh.
2009. It's a 2009 film starring Megan Fox called Jennifer's Body.
God damn it! I know
Wait, I've
the
heard of
scene you're
this.
talking about. I know the scene you're talking
Jennifer's,
about.
Jennifer's Body is about a high school student played by Megan Fox named Jennifer, who gets, I cannot remember if it's an alien or a ghost or whatever, but she gets possessed, and basically she starts like luring boys and then kill them. And there is a lot of very erotic scenes in this film. and this is probably Megan Fox's best performance in my opinion, in terms of her acting chops. And it's a it's an okay movie, but if you're interested just to
Yeah.
see what's happening in the film, highly recommend it.
Especially the sexy scenes. Yep, boy.
There is a scene between Megan Fox and Amanda Seyfried, and I'll just stop at that.
I know what you're talking about.
I'm
It's
looking
good
at it.
stuff.
Oh, I mean, not.
Avec,
You know what?
Avec,
What a coincidence.
show me your hands.
What a
Avec, show me your
what a
other hands.
coincidence.
I got it.
I didn't realize this, but Adam Brody is both in Jennifer's Body and Ready or Not. So he's in
Oh,
both films.
all right.
That I
There you go.
Chris Pratt's
Yeah,
in
yeah,
this
yeah.
film? What the fuck?
What, Chris
What
Pratt?
is Chris
think-
Pratt?
I think this is a very early role probably from him. I don't remember.
Huh. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Uh, another one that I have is The Visit. You know that one from M Night
Yeah.
Shyamalan.
That's an interesting one to pick out of the F. Night Shyamalan horror films.
I don't know. That's like the most recent one I can think of. I was just looking through Letterboxd. I'm like, The Visit's pretty good, so I just put it in. You know, there's some grandpa poop action. Basement crawling action.
Let's give him the idea of the film. It's basically two siblings that decide to visit their grandparents, but something doesn't seem right with their grandparents. So
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, I've watched this. Never mind.
also
Forget that.
Kelvin Yohanes in this.
Yeah, the premise is simple, but it's like
This is simple. Yeah.
pretty sure you can guess the twist, right? But yeah, it's like it's pretty good. It's pretty good,
It's good. I like it.
It's good. It's good. Yeah.
Oh.
Honestly, nothing much to say about it, outside of the grandpa poop action.
Get up a poop action. Oh, Catherine Hahn, the one from WandaVision, the one goes.
Dun, dun,
The one that goes
dun,
what?
dun, dun, it's been like it, oh.
But yeah. If you're interested in some grandpa poop action, maybe give it a watch. The diaper action as
It's a
well.
weird way to.
I do want to mention something. It's like the reason I don't recommend to go the Conjuring is because to be honest, like the Conjuring is actually a very good horror film. I mean, the first one at least was really good.
Yeah.
Was it the Come Someone wasn't very good. Kelvin really hated it. Just one aspect of it.
Which one are you talking about?
And
Comes
about
Home.
Oh yeah.
You know why you hate it. I don't need to tell you.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the reason I don't recommend it is because I don't know, because it's just a bit more.
It's too horror.
I don't know.
It's too paranormal.
Yeah.
But let's say there's like a difficulty setting for Teguh's like scariness. This is more like hardcore, like veteran difficulty.
Teguh and me shares the similar fear in terms of horror movie, and it took me a while to get over it. It's because like we grew up with very religious background, so like the paranormal, demonic stuff freaks us out.
Is that why? Is that true, Teguh?
I'm pretty
Is
sure
Albert is just saying poppycock.
That's part of it, because that's for me, and I know a lot of people who grew up with religious background. The paranormal, demonic kind of stuff is like
Scarier.
scarier. Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if that's
Understandable.
true for Teguh, but I thought that was the case at least.
Is it Teguh?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Let me just.
It took me a lot of watches to like ease in from like the paranormal stuff.
Let me just delete this.
Alright, one final recommendation from everyone if they have it. If not, then we will wrap up this segment.
Let's see. I mean,
Here.
I'm looking.
I'm pretty sure this is not an intro level with them horror, but I just want to mention it because I'm pretty sure no one here has watched it, even though I've been telling them to. Good night, mommy. You know that?
Oh yeah, Kelvin mentioned this and I didn't know what it was.
Yeah. Good night, mommy. It's an Austrian movie, if I'm not wrong. But
Austrian,
what's the name?
okay.
Uh, let me open the summary, I guess. Twin boys who do everything together welcome their mother home after her reconstructive surgery. But with her face wrapped in bandages, her demeanor distant, they grow suspicious of her identity. It's just that, you know. Yeah. So two twin boys, they're suspicious of their mother, something like that. And man, boy, it gets pretty fucked up.
Oh boy.
No, okay. There's nothing supernatural going on in this movie. Let me just clarify that. So this is just children's being scary.
It's scary.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Teguh doesn't have fear of children's, right?
Um,
Teguh's
hmm.
silence is concerning.
It is
But
the
yeah.
biggest fear this whole time.
Is that why Teguh don't watch horror? Because usually there are some kids in there. But yeah, Good Night Mommy is good. Yeah, I really recommend you guys to watch it as well, Albert, Avik, and people in the chat. Yeah, Good Night Mommy. It's a good watch. It's a good watch. Yeah. All right.
Alright.
Yeah. So, Avik, Albert, you guys got any other?
Um, I do.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my list, and I might want to change it up. But yeah, let's bring up some of the comments a little bit.
Yeah. Simple Joe say The Call 2020, great horror crime where muck main
Main
characters
character.
main
Phone.
Phone. What phone? Phone, a killer.
main character phones a killer in the past. It's a Korean movie, if I'm not mistaken, because I did watch that. Uh, yeah, yeah. I did watch this. It's good. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. I liked it. It's interesting for sure. Yeah. So The Call, give it a try. And I think it's on Netflix as well. So easy to watch there, and with English subs. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
The Call is good. And Star Machine 33 also said Get Out. Get Out.
Okay.
Get Out. Get Out is
Oh,
good.
okay. Get out.
Get Out is
All right,
great.
all right. See you, boys.
Okay.
Get Out.
Okay. Ariq,
Yeah.
you have final suggestion? If not, I have my final suggestion.
Honestly, my last suggestion I can really think of is it's an Indonesian horror movie, so that means Teguh's not gonna watch it because one, it's horror, one, it's Indonesian. It's like I don't think I've ever even seen Teguh watch an Indonesian movie.
I
Apart
think
from
the
maybe
only foreign movie Teguh really watch is like what? Either Japanese or Korean.
yeah, we have to consider Indonesian as a foreign for Teguh, even though he is Indonesian, he just doesn't like
Yep.
anything Indonesian.
Yep.
But the movie I'm talking about is the English title is Impetigore. The Indonesian title is like something Tanah
is it?
Jahanam. I forgot, it's very long. Can't be bothered. Can't be bothered to figure it out. But like the premise is like I don't know if you know the premise of like Outlast. It's kind of like that. It's like they go to like this mysterious village and turns out something really messed up is happening in there and they have to get the hell out. And
Are you saying
yeah,
they have to get out?
good. You have to say it's good. Yeah, it's good. And I'm not sure if this is biased or not, but like I've met the actress during the premiere of this movie.
Definitely biased. Definitely biased.
To be honest, I didn't know what the movie. I didn't even know it was a premiere until like the end of the movie. I'm like, oh, it's a premiere. No wonder all the stars and the director is here. I was confused, dude. No wonder that there's so many people waiting for the tickets. That's what like I sat on the front like this. It's like
Oh.
just right there. I was like, wow.
What is it?
I
What is
think
it
it's
called?
Impetigore. It's in Netflix for me. I'm not sure if it's in there for you. You have to type the in English title.
Oh,
Yes,
I've seen the poster for this.
yeah.
It's actually not
yeah.
bad. Oh, I was about to beat this up. Maybe that's because I was like, oh, Indonesian horror, they're usually cheesy and dumb. Like Makboom, like what we watched with Kelvin, or what's that other
Hey,
movie?
that was like a spur of the moment thing. We didn't even want to watch that.
Yeah. It was like I thought it was gonna be like dumb or kind of cheesy, but I was like, oh, you know what? This is actually pretty good, pretty cool.
Mhm.
Alright, so yeah, that's my basically last recommendation.
Yeah.
All right. So my last recommendation is Teguh, you like nature documentary, right?
Oh no.
You like
Yes.
those council edu segment that never happened, but you like watching the natural documentary about animals and shit.
I mean, I
Go on.
guess.
A film that I would recommend you, and you wouldn't be affected too much by this because I don't think this animal lives in Japan. But it's from 2019. It's called Crawl. It's
Oh,
basically it's Jaws but with alligators and a lot of it. It's basically Florida having a hurricane and then the water overflow and everything, and all
Oh
the alligators
no.
go loose in the city. And it stars Kaya Scodelario, who you might know from Maze Runner or the Last Pirates movie, and it's about her and her father trying to survive this and not getting killed by an alligator.
I swear, when watching this, if Togu ever watched this, all he can think about is the alligator spinning and widening.
so it's not scary anymore.
And then with the song playing as well. I swear to God, that's what Togu's gonna be thinking about.
Oh, that's exactly what I'm thinking right now.
No, Togu.
I
Yeah.
see it removes the horror
No.
aspect of it, but it is actually no. I have never watched it. I want to watch it. I'm watching it right now.
Alright.
No, later after the show. You know what? After the show.
Yeah, alligators are scary. Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally just about survival and
Yeah,
safe
alright then.
stuff.
So yeah. Togu, so far from all the suggestions, I guess, the quick ones, are you interested in any, or are you still most interested in Aliens and Train to Busan?
It's still Aliens and Train to Busan.
Right.
Let me
So
think.
it is.
For anyone who's wondering, let's just do a quick recap of all the films that we mentioned. So Train to Busan, Cabin in the Woods, Alien, Overlord, Aliens, Scream, Ready or Not, A Quiet Place, Jennifer's Body, The Visit, Goodnight Mommy, Empatigore, and Crawl. I think that's everything, right?
Yep.
Yep, that should be it. Yeah.
So yeah,
All right. So
Aliens and Train to Busan. Okay.
yeah. So yeah, those are the
So
Togu.
we're expecting you to watch at least one of these,
Yep.
and we'll check in at the end of the month.
Yep. Togu,
Damn.
you better.
There's so
You
much
Imagine
better.
Tagu pulls.
pressure.
Imagine Tagu pulls a Sigma grind set move and just watches all of them.
Oh,
Damn.
oh, damn. That is actually pretty.
That is Sigma male.
That's pretty sick right there. But yeah.
That is pretty
All right.
sick.
So with that out of the way, now maybe Togu will, probably not, but maybe wishful thinking. Togu might like horror movies. The more
Yeah,
action horror movie-ish, I guess. Yeah. But yeah. All right. So with that, I guess we should just move on to the next one. We'll be talking about what if we review What If.
I should have set this up top. I'm gonna for this episode in the audio only description. And I guess on the YouTube once the live stream is up, I'm gonna put time codes just because we're gonna go spoiler, and so in case you want to hear one particular segment or the other, you can just skip ahead. But yeah,
Oh yeah.
I should have
Oh
set
yeah.
that up top, but I'm saying it now.
But yeah. All right. So yeah. So we have, as usual, we are going directly into the spoiler territory for What If Episode 9. What's the title?
What if the Watcher breaks his oath? I think.
Yeah, there you go.
Something like
What
that.
if the Watcher breaks his oath? That's What If Episode 9. Will be going into the spoiler territory about right now. Alright, so what you think of the final episode, Albert? Yeah?
Okay. Overall thoughts. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's a great idea.
You mean for the whole series or just that one episode?
That one episode.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun. I like the idea of it. It at parts it doesn't feel earned. because of how the season has been of just being it so fast and like super
Mhm.
short episodes. So it doesn't feel like it's fully earned as a whole, but it's still pretty fun. Um, there are aspects of it, and I'll get into it, which I think makes this episode kind of suffers about regarding one particular character. But
Okay.
I liked it. I enjoy it pretty much as a whole. That's my
All right.
thoughts.
Yeah. After giving it some thoughts, yeah, I quite agree. It's not. It's like the actions are great. That I agree, but I don't know. Outside of that, it's pretty standard, I guess, to me for me. But yeah, I just pretty much like the action, the effects there, I guess, in that episode. The
Animation's pretty good here.
animation is really good on that last episode. And yeah, just seeing evil Doctor Strange in action is pretty cool. So there's that. Though, yeah. I mean, he turns full on Kevin 11, so that's pretty cool as well.
Did.
Yeah, how about Ariq?
So yeah, the final episode is, I think, like one of my favorites because, again, just it is full of action, and like you get to see all the characters that we've seen before, like actually
Mm-hmm.
like work together, and yeah, and I guess the biggest takeaway was like what is it? Seeing evil Doctor Strange actually like in action, but I also not only that, but also like as the good guy as well. So like that's nice. I like that part. So yeah,
Alright,
it's just a generally good like action filled episode.
okay. Yeah. Alright. So, Teguh.
Well, I quite liked it. It's definitely up there. It's in my top three, I think. I don't know. I did say I would like redo my list, but I haven't actually redone my list, so I don't actually know where I'm gonna put it yet.
Hmm?
But
No,
it was
But
really fun. I really liked it. Yeah, I guess it suffers the same from a lot of the other movies, which is like, what? Yeah, the other episodes, which is like, um, I
the
really
pacing.
wish they had, not really the pacing, I guess, more like I wish they had more time.
Mm, understandable. Would you like to elaborate?
Mm,
No.
Okay. So going into the spoiler territory, I like that right off the back we didn't waste any time. We directly go to the Watcher recruiting everyone
Mm-hmm.
instantly. I thought we were gonna do some kind of I don't know how long into it we're gonna do. We're gonna watch it right until he actually recruit everyone. So I didn't know if we can have a full kind of like Winter Soldier remake once again, because that was the first scene I believe. We used to go to Peggy first, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, but then directly good. I love that Thor screams. He's like ah when he goes.
I really like that part. Like, I had
When
to
you open the
pause and just,
door.
I just had to pause and like laugh and be like,
Thor is
Okay,
comedic for
but
this, yeah.
all the characters are cool because like I guess it's a callback to all of the ones they pick it up except for one. The Gamora ones feels kind of weird because we did not have an
mhm.
She just
episode.
kind of appears out of nowhere.
Do you guys know about the reasoning for her character? Because I ran into
No,
this.
no.
Apparently,
No,
there's
no.
supposed to be an episode for Gamora, but they
What
didn't
Yeah.
get
happened?
to release it because of the pandemic and like production got halt or something. So they didn't
Oh,
end up having time to complete the episode for
oh.
the Gamora one.
So there's supposed to be
So
10
apparently,
episodes then.
yes. So apparently, the episode with Gamora is supposed to be Tony Stark and Gamora and Sakaar. So Thor Ragnarok, but with Tony Stark and Gamora, apparently,
Oh,
which would have been really
Mm,
fun. But they
yeah,
didn't,
that
and
sounds
that's why
fun.
that character feels out of place to me. Of like, okay, why is she here? And
Yeah.
like I guess it
yeah, yeah.
also brings up the issue of the Infinity Stone Crusher because it feels like it's out of nowhere, even though it doesn't work at the end of it. But it feels out of
Yep.
nowhere, and I feel like if we saw it, if it's explained in that episode, it would have helped.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Gamora just kind of feel like like suddenly just put in there kind of thing. It's like we don't know anything about them, and suddenly, oh yeah, look, I have this thing, something that can destroy the Infinity Stones.
Yeah, I think Ariq and I were like, wait, so why is Iron Man here, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a bit confused with the whole premise
I
of.
heard rumors they might if they end up finishing it and it becomes good, they might put it into season 2.
Mm.
I guess we'll have to find
But
out.
wouldn't it be kind of like
It'll be weird.
weird though? It's like you started off with
This
like something that's supposed to happen last season kind of thing.
if that Gamora episode takes place between the Watcher breaking his oath and this one, it would be good in my opinion, because that way we also might forget about the existence of the arrow, the virus arrow that Black Widow brought. Because it feels like they brought it up in a way like, oh, remember this? Yeah, it was literally last week. Of course I remember it. So like if they do 1 week off with the Gamora episode and come back with it, like, oh yeah, I remember that thing happened.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true, actually. Any particular scene you want to talk about from this?
I want to talk about how the battle is very much literally Doctor Strange versus everyone, because without his power, everyone would have died.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
pretty much-
literally, Doctor Strange there is just like the ultimate buffer for the team. Yeah.
I think Kelvin just wants to talk about that part where he just Ultron blew up the universe and Doctor Strange just countered it by eating the
Yeah.
blasts.
That was so cool.
What was
Yeah.
wait,
Doctor
what?
Strange just eats. Damn. He's hungry. But yeah. So that was yeah. Doctor Strange is like really the whole reason why this works.
But
I mean,
the best part
whole-
is like
yeah.
Ultron even knows. It's like, oh, I just have to defeat you.
Man, like after like a while of analyzing, then he realized kind of thing like, oh, I have to kill you.
Took him long enough. He's supposed to be the
I know,
smartest
right?
AI in the world. Also,
Yeah.
I guess
Right. It took him a while.
I never figured out, because like Thanos have a goal. He have all the Infinity Stones and he can snap and destroy the whole universe. I guess I never figured out what Ultron's goal was in the end.
I
Because
thought
like
he just
could
wants
have
to
he just
kill
wants to
everything.
Okay, he could have done that if he did the snap too, unless he doesn't know that he could snap, or he just wants to do it slowly.
I
guess.
don't think a machine is capable of snapping their finger.
You think so?
Is that?
I mean,
Yeah.
it's yeah.
I think.
Or either that, I guess, or he actually wants to enjoy destroying it, so he like consumes it one by one.
Maybe. But yeah, that is kind of weird. He could have just maybe I don't know, maybe don't snap, maybe like
Clap.
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 Yeah. Kill all universe. There you go, done. See? Easy.
There was a moment in the episode where I thought their goal is just to grab one of the stones and destroy it and then like stop it that way, because they only pick up one at one point.
They only pick up
and
one.
turns
Yeah.
out they destroy the whole thing. So I wasn't exactly sure what their goal, because they didn't explain their
I mean, I know your goal is just to destroy the stones, but it's like, it's not.
Here,
Yeah.
What's your thought on the final conclusion that they didn't actually defeat Ultron, but that they need to trap him in a pocket dimension with
Strange.
Killmonger? All of
Oh, yeah.
all of us knew that Killmonger's gonna betray them, right? We knew
Yeah.
that going into
We
that.
saw that
I'll-
coming.
Yeah. I wasn't really thinking about it, so, but
There
yeah,
were so
in
many hints
hindsight,
throughout the
it's like,
episode.
yeah.
There's so many hints.
Uh,
throughout the
that- I
episode.
was- I was already spoiled. I saw like a YouTube thumbnail of Killmonger
Oh.
wearing what is it? Ultron's
Stone.
armor with all the
Ultron
Infinity
armor.
Stones as well.
Damn.
Yeah, no. Well, when watching it, I wasn't really thinking about it, so it's like, oh, all right.
You-
I guess
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah.
I think it was
Yeah.
the moment when Gamora said, "Do you trust him?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's gonna betray the team."
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
he's already questioning.
Mm-hmm.
His dynamic with
Yeah.
Star-Lord T'Challa is interesting, but yeah. I just want to hear your thoughts on the overall thing that they don't defeat the villain, but they just trap both Killmonger and Ultron in this pocket dimension, and in a way, Doctor Strange have to watch over him.
Yeah.
So what
I
do
don't
you
mind.
guys think? What do you guys think of that
I don't mind it.
finale?
It's like I find it pretty cool. I guess that's like, well, who traps them? Is it the Watcher or?
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, Doctor Strange, right? Yeah, I don't know. It's just pretty cool knowing that Doctor Strange is that strong, being able, to trap these two dudes with like Infinity Stone, just his magic kind of thing. And it's like he lives in that screwed up dimension, so it's pretty nice to have decorations, I guess.
You have nothing else to do.
Yeah.
It's just an empty room, so
So yeah,
I kind of feel
I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Yeah.
I kind of feel bad because literally the watcher is like, "Hey, would you watch this for me?" Well, isn't that what you do? I need you to do my job for me. Okay,
I
sure.
need you to watch for me, the
But you are a
watcher.
watcher.
I am a watcher. You are a watchee.
But yeah, what do you guys what do you think, Teguh?
What are you thinking about? What? Just
About
the episode.
That conclusion.
Dimension.
how they, instead of defeating the villain, they just trap him in the pocket universe.
I mean, I guess it's what is it? I don't know why it's like this is something probably like it's something like I kind of expect from Marvel. It's not like, oh look, it's not like they have to defeat it. They just have to like find a way to kind of stop it. Like Doctor Strange in his first movie, like he didn't stop Dormammu. He just played riddle
Yeah.
games until he's done.
Sure.
So it's like it's kind of like his MO. This is what he does. He doesn't really beat you. He just kind of makes you rage quit or just perma-ban you or something. I don't know. Like if say imagine if Doctor Strange were to play like an online game, he wouldn't like try to win the game. He would just try to get everyone like banned or rage quit. This is not that's his like tactic, and hey, it worked.
Yeah. True,
It
true,
worked
true.
twice. 2 times out of 2. That's good enough for me. I don't know.
I mean, 100% win rate. So
Yeah.
so yeah. Teguh, what you think about that?
I don't know. I mean, to me, it's just I don't mind it. It's just like, damn, that is like
Does it feel like a cop out to you?
it just feels like a problem waiting to happen, kinda.
Oh.
And
Alright.
like I don't know. I feel like at one point they're gonna just unleash those two, and it's like, yeah, no, they were saving them for this moment.
Okay.
It isn't
Okay.
too bad, I guess.
Yeah.
How about you,
It's
Burgess?
it's similar. Now I just thought of something now, since we all brought it up, and there is a point. I have a point earlier in the episode that I want to bring up again later. But like at the end of this episode, remember how everyone comes back to their reality except for one,
Mm-hmm.
Black Widow, which they
Yeah.
brought into the. It's the murder mystery reality, right? The one that they
Mhm.
Yeah,
missed.
yeah.
At first, I thought this is like, oh, are they bringing to the main timeline? If they actually did this, they will be ballsy as heck. And then, oh, there's Captain
Yeah.
Marvel. Never mind, it's the other reality. But like, they brought her back to that reality. So like, why is he so picky with Black Widow and not give Doctor Strange a reality where maybe
Because
he
he
could
needs
live?
Doctor Strange to watch over the two dudes.
Wow, so selfish.
Yeah. I mean,
The Watcher is selfish.
the Watcher is selfish. I mean, like
He is.
he could have intervened many times.
That's the whole thing.
Also,
He
it says
watches
the Watcher breaks his oath. Who does he make his oath to?
himself.
Who is he
The
makes his oath to
supervisor.
himself? Who is his?
Who's
If
the
there is a
supervisor?
supervisor, who is a supervisor? Because that means
You don't
someone
have to. You
stronger.
don't have to make an oath to someone. You can make an oath yourself.
No, quiet,
Okay, but
Teguh. Albert
he is
wants to
not-
go on.
He's not the only Watcher in the universe, though, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
in the
no.
comics we know. So maybe
Yeah.
I don't actually know who the Watcher's old boss, if there is in the comics, is.
Okay,
If there is.
that's like googling.
Well, then they just
Or
make an
or
oath
they
to each
make
other, then.
or they make oaths among each other. Yeah, maybe.
It's like, who is the boss of the Watcher? It's like
I
some
just
guy named Jeff.
imagine if this episode is actually just not about if Watcher. It's not about bringing the characters together, but it's about the Watcher, this Watcher like freaking out, and he's like he confessed to the other Watcher, guys, I messed up. I talked too loud at one point, and then now Ultron is attacking me. I don't know what to do. It's just him like talking to the other Watchers. freaking out. That's the whole episode.
I would want to see that. I would want to see that.
Guys, I don't know
That
what
will
to do.
actually be comedic.
Look, I messed up. What do? I don't know. Take it up with Jeffrey in management. Oh.
I whisper a little bit too loud, and then the robot realize I exist.
Jeffrey management.
Yeah.
But, but going back to the earlier in the episode, like, okay, recruiting Doctor Strange makes sense. He's super strong and you have nothing to live for. Captain
Mhm.
Carter makes sense. She's pretty strong. She knows
Nothing to
how to
live
handle
for.
stuff.
Oh,
Gamora
okay.
got the destroying thingy. Makes sense because he plus he sees ahead, right? Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Like the Black Widow is already in that universe. That the Star Lord T'Challa is changed the universe. Makes sense. Everything. Why out of all the Thors in the universe, why this one?
Yeah.
He's like the least
Yeah.
competent.
It's like, yeah, why him? It makes no sense. Why him?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
Unless they do the Legends of Tomorrow route where they just like recruits all this bunch of losers who wouldn't affect the timeline if they went missing. I guess if they die,
No,
it wouldn't affect much of
didn't
the
the
timeline.
Watcher kind of just go like, yeah, you like, Strange was
Randomly.
like, oh yeah, you saw all the possibilities and all of that, and I guess like if they went with the other Thor, with like a more competent Thor, like
So they need this loser Thor instead of the competent
yeah,
Thor.
they need to accidentally call like Ultron or something, you know.
Oh, that's right. He did that. That dumbass. He did that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay.
I like the post credit
Anything.
scene a lot.
Post credit scene is Captain Carter seeing the Hydra Stomper, right?
Yeah. With the I like it the music because they did the Captain America theme but in a sad tune and I was like, oh, that's so perfect.
Is he actually in there, or is it just a suit?
I don't know. That's the thing. Because like Scarlet Witch, Scarlet Johansson, not Scarlet Johansson, Black Widow was like, oh, look at that, and there is someone in it, and I'm
I
like,
mean, either way,
are you?
he's gonna die.
Right. I was like, are you talking about the corpse of Steve Rogers, or is it actually Steve Rogers frozen in ice and he's alive? Because I don't know.
If you're not a superhuman, you get frozen in
Right.
ice, you die.
Do you know?
Yeah.
You do.
I guess
I'm not
we
sure.
don't. I guess we don't know because Captain Carter didn't even get frozen in ice. She got portal and then she came back from the portal and she didn't.
Yeah, I mean, like, but
And Steve
Captain.
Rogers, we don't know what
Steve,
happened to him.
but no, I mean, like, Captain America in the Sacred Timeline, he survived being a capsicle for like 70 years. So, you know, so nor a human wouldn't survive being in ice for 70 years.
I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
God, can you?
Unless the Hydra Stomper have a heating system, like he's inside it, just like warm and cozy.
But then he wouldn't be
Can you imagine if like
cryogenically frozen though.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
What is it?
But if there's a heater inside, then he wouldn't be cryogenically frozen.
Yeah, but
Only cryogenic would be the only reason if he would survive.
yeah, because yeah, again, if there were to be a heater in there as well, he needs food. You know.
Can you imagine if like, oh, and guess who's inside? Oh, Steve. Yep, his corpse is inside there. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, that's what
Just keep
that's what
his
I
corpse
said
inside the
after.
side of Stumper.
Jokes.
When me and Teguh watched like the after credits, I'm like, and they were like, "Oh look, there's Steve Rogers." I'm like, "That's just his corpse." Hey, don't
That
ruin
was-
their moment.
that would be so dark.
Oh, I'm just saying, you know. We're not wrong in this.
And then like Black Widow just laughs and then like just pats her on the back and leaves.
Oh, he's dead.
That'll be
No,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
all yours.
Jeez.
I'm just okay with it, honestly. And it just doesn't make sense if he's still alive.
A lot of things doesn't
know?
make sense about this series, to be honest.
Yeah, true. But yeah.
They also
I
just
just don't
opened
want him to be
they
alive.
also just opened a big loophole with once again with Black Widow coming into this universe to the Black Widow from the other universe coming into the murder mystery universe because
Mhm.
they like at one point I feel like if you think about it this Black Widow is gonna let it slip that's just like from a different universe and like maybe the
Yeah.
word will spread across the universe and they'll be like hey Watcher I heard you did this for this Black Widow we lost our Captain America could you like bring a universe where everyone dies except for Captain America and bring it here. Imagine
Yeah.
if that happens, all the worms that come out from that.
Damn.
Man,
He
I
messed
really
up.
think the Watcher screwed up here.
He fucked up.
He fucked up big time. Yeah. Alright. Is there anything else you want to talk about in the final episode?
No, we can probably talk about the. I have nothing. If no one else have, then we can
Yeah, I
probably
don't
talk
have
about
anything else either.
season as a whole. Season recap.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
All right, let's talk about the what if season as a whole. I guess. I think it really got its ups and downs.
It really
Yeah,
was 50-50 for me.
yeah, 50-50. I
They
like
had
half of
like
them.
bad ones, like half of
I'm
them, and don't really like the other ones.
Yeah, it's really 50-50 for me as well. It's like so I'm just okay with it. Even the ones that I really like, it's like you know I like them for a what if series, but I still prefer other stuff. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. What you guys? What do you think, Teguh? The season one as a whole. Teguh's
It
thinking.
was okay. It was okay. I think everyone is here saying much preferred Loki and WandaVision, but
Yeah, yeah.
it's just okay. I
It's just
don't.
okay, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any like, oh my god, this is so great. I mean, like there were a few like cool bits about like the what ifs and all of that, but at the end of the day, it was just okay to me.
Mhm. So yeah. What about Ariq, Albert? Same opinion on it.
Yeah, I think if we were to look at the total rankings, yeah, I can kind of draw a line where which ones I actually do like and which ones I don't like that much. And well, it's not exactly 50-50, it's more like
Or like what?
60 for like 60-40.
Yeah.
Or yeah, around that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, to me, this is out of the shows that have come out. This is definitely the weakest. It is the most inconsistent show because we didn't really know in the beginning if this was gonna be a anthology thingy or it becomes actually that matters in a way. Like at the end,
Mhm.
it combines the whole thing, so it affects my view of each of the episode until the very end because of how it
Yeah.
affects everything. So there's a lot of inconsistencies, I think, in terms of the production value and the story and everything. But conceptually, this is a great show. I just don't think the execution was the best, especially again, the finale suffers with a lack of missing episode, which turns out to be a thing. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
and
Inconsistent.
a lot of the different episodes feels like it's missing a conclusion. And I know we brought it up on the respective talk. Like we all mentioned how the zombie doesn't get a conclusion and like what's gonna happen there.
Yeah.
The
I
Killmonger
mean
episode doesn't feel like
they
it concludes.
they kinda continue it in the last episode, but then again, that's kind of like, oh yeah, we're gonna continue it from here, and yep, we're gonna take this guy out, and nothing's gonna happen to that universe until he comes back.
Right. Like the T'Challa episode concludes. The Star of T'Challa concludes. I would argue Captain Carter have a conclusion. The murder mystery have a conclusion. And then I feel like everyone and the Thor one have a conclusion. And then everything afterwards doesn't really have a firm conclusion.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So yeah, so far this is the weakest series out of like Loki, Falcon, and WandaVision. So yeah. Um. So yeah, tell us what you guys think about it in the comments. I guess. Yeah. And before that, let's I guess rank it one last time. So there's episode 1 until 9. All right. Who wants to go first? Hmm. No.
Uh,
You.
All right. I can go first. Yeah. All right. So. My number two. My number one is not a number. My
My number
number
one is
one.
2.
My number one is 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is the T'Challa one. Yeah, I just find that episode fun. And then, my number 2 is episode 4, which is a Doctor Strange one. Yeah, I still really like the concept of that one. It's very dark kind of thing. Then number 3, I'll say it's episode 8. Yeah, episode 8. I think Watcher versus what's his name? Ultron. It was really cool with all the dimension changing with every punch thingy. Yeah, basically the fighting scene kind of elevates it for me. And then after that, my number 4 is episode 6. Yeah, which is the Killmonger one. Yeah, and then episode 9, the latest one, episode 1, and then what? Episode 5, 7, and 3. That's my ranking. So 2, 4, 9, 2, 4, 8, 6, 9, 1, 5, 7, 3. There you go. Yeah. How about you guys?
I am writing down my list, so if someone have
Okay,
it ready.
so I have
Okay.
I have my list already. So
All right.
so my list is so from the no,
From
I'm going
top.
from the bottom. So
What?
from the
All right, go on.
from the least one I like. Okay, so the least one, so at number 9, the least one is
Yeah.
what is it? The murder mystery where all the Avengers died.
Yeah.
The 8th one would be the zombie. The
Mhm.
7th one will be Thor, the party Thor, Choden's son. The sixth
Chosen.
one, the sixth one would be Carter becomes Captain Britain or something like that. I can't remember the name. The
Captain
fifth one
Okay.
would be Killmonger. Uh, the fourth one is what if Ultron won.
Okay.
Third one is Doctor Strange. I don't remember the episode title, but it's about Doctor
Yeah.
Strange.
What if Doctor Strange loses his heart? Yeah, lost
Yeah,
his
that
heart.
one. Yeah, that's the third one. And second one would be the final episode. And
Okay.
the first one is, of course, T'Challa becomes Star Lord. It's always
Yeah.
number
Yeah.
one. That episode's
That
so
one's good.
good.
Yeah. All right. So next, Teguh or Albert, who wanna go
I
next?
revised my list a bit.
All right.
So sorry from the top. Number 1 is actually I put Doctor Strange up there. So
Okay.
episode 4, and then episode 9. So the last episode,
Mhm. 4,
and
9,
then T'Challa, episode 2.
4, 9, 2.
Oh, my phone turned off.
What?
I
Okay.
have it written down on my phone. And then episode 8. So that's what Watcher of the Ultron, yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And then I have Killmonger. So
Okay.
6. And then episode 1,
Okay.
episode 3, episode 7, episode 5.
All right. All right. Okay. So wait. So your last one is what? Episode 5 is? Which one is that?
I think it's
Zombies.
Zombie? Yeah, zombie. There you go.
Okay, so my order from bottom to top. Number 9 is episode 3. What if the Earth lost its mightiest heroes? Episode 8 is Marvel Zombies. Episode 7 is Thor, being the only son. Episode 6 is Captain Carter.
Episode 6. No, oh, but number 6.
Number 6 is Captain Carter.
I was so confused.
Number five is What If Ultron won. Number 4, which dropped off for me, is the Killmonger episode because I thought we are gonna get a conclusion and we don't. And it affects my
Yeah.
rating. Number 3 is What If the Watcher Broke His Oath, the final one. Number 2, which goes up in my list because this final episode is Doctor Strange one.
Okay.
And number 1 is still T'Challa becoming Star Lord.
Damn. All right. So the T'Challa one is basically consensus best episode.
Yes.
And the Doctor Strange one.
It feels
Those two are
it feels the most whole,
yeah.
Yeah.
and it's also awesome.
And Doctor Strange in the end also becomes like the most important member. Yeah. All right.
Definitely the
So yeah.
strongest one.
So yeah, that's our what if review, episode 9 and the season 1 as a whole. Yeah. So I'm assuming Albert's gonna clip that out. So yeah. So yeah. I believe Teguh wants to sleep. Yeah. All right.
Mhm.
So
I'm
I
sorry,
guess yeah.
boys.
All good, bro.
It's 1
Alright.
a.m. All right, I'll see y'all next week, I suppose.
Oh wait, Teguh.
What?
Bond movie out of 10.
Ooh,
No Time to Die.
10.
Yeah.
Out of 10.
Before you go.
To rate.
I quite like it actually.
No
I
time
was,
to
about, I,
rate.
was, I was about to yell at the go if we do the review, but since he's gone, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I know, right?
What?
This is gonna be.
Yeah, just review it. Rate it.
Yell at me.
Oh,
You know
yell at
what?
you in the chat.
There's probably recency bias, but you know what? Screw it. 9.
9.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
With
Okay.
with possible recency bias, 9 out of 10. All
With
right.
possible recency bias. I think without recency bias, that would drop to like an 8, 8.5.
Still high. It's still high.
Still high. It's still high.
Yeah. All right. So well. Good
Have a good
night.
night,
Alright.
man.
See ya,
Teguh.
boys.
All right.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
That boy. The nerve of that boy. God damn. Alright, so yeah.
Before
We're
before we
going.
go before we go to James
No
Bond,
time to die.
I
Yeah.
just want to say a quote about What If Season 2 from the writer of the show, AC Bradley. If
Mm-hmm.
that's okay. So basically, he said that for season 2, there is going to be an all new stories, lots of fun and heroes, and are pulling more from Phase 4 than we were obviously able to for this season. Hopefully, we'll see hints of Eternals and Shang-Chi and Black Widow characters.
Ooh.
And he also said that the fun of the What If is that we get to explore the entire infinite multiverse. So we try to bounce around as much as we can. I want to play with all these characters, and as much as I love Captain Carter, we got to share the love. I'm very excited to show the new worlds and new heroes. So, assuming Captain Carter won't return in season 2, so
Yeah, I guess.
we'll see new stuff.
So yeah, we wouldn't see Steve Rogers' corpse in the Hydra Stomper, I guess. But yeah,
Damn.
so yeah, let's go to the No Time to Die review. I won't be joining because I haven't watched it.
Wait. You can still join a bit of it. You want
Yeah,
to make
I'm
one
going to
comment, remember?
I'm going to comment one thing. That's for sure. Yeah.
You want to
So
comment it after we're done with the review?
no, I'll just do it at the start. Then I'll come back
Okay,
at the
okay.
end.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's do a non-spoiler brief one first, and then we go to spoiler.
Right, just to reiterate, Teguh with recency bias rated 9 out of 10. There you go. All right. All right. So
What did you
yeah,
think?
non-spoiler review. Yeah.
One sentence, I guess, non-spoiler thoughts.
One sentence.
Okay, fine. 5 sentence. All right, I'm not gonna limit you. Just say how many you want, but just non-spoiler. We'll start with
I don't know how to start the Delbert. What did you just go first?
okay.
Albert, you go first. Yeah.
I think this is the perfect finale for Daniel Craig's run as James Bond. I think they did a fantastic job in terms of the story and how they go with it. On a technical level, this film is crazy good. The score by Hans Zimmer, the opening theme song by Billie Eilish, I grew to like it. When I listened to it on its own, I wasn't a fan, but in the film, it fits really well. And with Hans Zimmer he took the melody of that song and put it into the film as a score, and it works really well. The cinematography is great, and the visual.
Oh no.
The stunts are terrific. There is a stunt in the trailer, which even though I know it was in the trailer and I saw it in the movie, I'm like, "Fuck, that is so cool."
Daniel Craig still do all his stunts, right?
I don't know.
Mostly, at least.
He's an old man. I wouldn't think he would.
I mean, like the last time I know, at least in the like the first few movies, at least the one that I see the behind the scenes of, he did do
They'll be cool.
some of his stunts.
I will have so much respect for him if he does that. But yeah, the stunts are great, and it solves somewhat of a problem that I had with Spectre. And I'll spoil Spectre a little bit because that's a 5-year-old film, 6-year-old film. My biggest problem going out of it is that at the end of Spectre, we're supposed to believe that Daniel Craig as James Bond, his character is like, I'm done with the spy life and I want to settle in with this girl that I met. And I do not believe that because I just don't believe that relationship with Leah Seydoux' character. But this film completely turned me around on her character, and I actually really buy their love story in this film. And I actually like her character a lot in this film compared to the previous one. So it solves that issue for me.
All right.
But yeah, the villain is okay in this film, but as a whole film and as a conclusion of this saga, it's well done.
All right. Ariq?
All right. So basically what Albert said was right. It was the best. It's a great conclusion to the whole series. Admittedly, I don't actually remember much
The whole
from
series.
it. Yeah, the whole Daniel Craig James Bond. But to be honest, like as for someone who hasn't basically who hasn't watched the full series, it was still enjoyable in a way. I still understood a great portion of the story. I mean, I probably didn't understand some parts. I don't know, some callbacks in certain scenes, but generally the movie, even if you haven't watched the full James Bond, it is actually still fun and enjoyable. And and of course, everybody knows that I really like action movies and everything like that. And the movie does have a lot of action. I'm not sure how much in comparatively to the whole series, but I believe it has like the most action of all Daniel Craig James Bond. I'm not so sure. I mean,
Okay.
it's the one I remembered at
It feels
least.
that
It
way,
has
at least. Yeah.
it feels that way, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's all I have to say for a non-spoiler review for that.
All right. All right. So. Yeah. All right. So I guess we should now go to the spoiler territory.
Before we go to
Oh,
spoiler
not yet.
territory, last
Okay.
thing, if anyone is still watching and haven't seen the film, I would recommend at least watching Spectre before going into this. If you haven't watched Spectre, if you can watch the whole thing, will be good, like all four films. But if not, just Spectre, I think would be enough, in my
Mm.
opinion.
Yeah, that's what I heard too from everyone else. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So let's jump into the spoiler territory for James Bond. No Time to Die. Yeah. So wait, before we begin, all right? Man, that boy Teguh spoiled me the biggest like supposedly twist of the
I
whole
was gonna
movie.
yell. I was gonna yell at him for this. Someone told me last night.
Yeah. Teguh, it's like I don't know, he just blurted out, and Daniel Craig died. James Bond died. I'm like, wait, what? Even Ariq was like, yo, you just spoil like the biggest twist to Kelvin. Yeah. And what did he say, Ariq?
He said like, "Oh, well, I know it was the last one, so obviously he's gonna die." So I'm like,
How is that obvious? The title says "No Time to Die." I wasn't expecting anyone to die.
yeah, to be honest, yeah, and I did like mention in like, oh, I didn't actually expect him to die when I was watching James Bond. That's
Yeah,
why I think a long time ago I asked, not a long time ago, like a few weeks ago I asked, is this the last James Bond movie? That's because after I watched, I knew, oh, he died. It is the last one, isn't it?
yeah. See, at least Ariq didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
It's
Togo said, "Oh, it's so obvious."
I don't understand where he gets it from because like literally,
He,
what are the
what?
final? You talk about films. The Dark Knight Rises. Oh, you think Batman's gonna die? No, he
Oh,
survives at the
he
very
didn't
end.
die.
Yeah,
Well, he is alive at the very end.
Yeah, he didn't
But
die.
like
Yeah.
lots of film, even though the series ended, doesn't mean the main character would die. So I
no,
didn't even know
doesn't
where he
help
would.
that in there's to my knowledge, at least, there's no other James Bond movie where James
No,
Bond died.
no, James Bond never died, which is why this is the biggest surprise to me, and that's why
Yeah,
Yeah.
after the film ended, I had to sit on it for a little bit
and
because I
the
did
girl
not
was
see that
like,
coming.
"It's so obvious because it's the last movie."
Fucker.
Gio was like, well, I was like, Tago, what? Nan desu ka? No.
Yeah,
That's the
Yeah,
biggest.
I have so much thoughts on this.
yeah.
Oh,
So, uh,
oh, well,
maybe I don't know if it's ruined, but hey, I think I'll just enjoy the ride whenever I do get to watch all five of them.
Once you do actually want to hear your thoughts, 'cause I'm really curious.
Yeah, especially since I watch it knowing he's gonna die.
yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe it would change. Maybe you guys would rate it 8, but because of Teguh, I would rate it like 7.
I've been spoiled.
God damn it, Teguh. You
Yeah,
ruined.
obvious my ass. All right, yeah.
Uh,
You guys go ahead. I will be out.
we'll just text you. All right. So should we just start with that then? With the big thing. I mean, none of us
Oh,
see that. None of us saw that coming.
yeah, no, I didn't see that coming either. But like, I don't remember. Like, we did discuss this movie like previously, right? Like when it was announced or something. I'm not sure if we actually discussed it or not.
Uh huh.
It was like, cause to be honest with you, I did kind of forgot that it was the last James Bond movie. So
Well,
like,
it's not the last James Bond movie. It's the
I
last
mean,
time
Craig.
Daniel Craig's gonna play the James
Yeah, I
Bond.
meant no, that's what I meant. The last Daniel Craig movie. he doesn't want to hear spoilers. Okay, but like yeah, so like I was completely caught off guard by that. So I'm like, oh, he's not gonna actually like die, right? Like he's gonna make like a last ditch effort attempt, like how every James Bond does. But then
Yeah.
like he got blown up by all those missiles. You see it clear
No one,
as day,
no one
and you're like,
survives.
so I was just like, actually gone. He's actually dead.
It's
I was actually genuinely surprised by that because I completely forgot that it was the last James Bond. I mean, the last Daniel Craig James Bond. How about you, Berto? Were you as surprised, or would you
I
like kind of saw
was
this?
so there are multiple stages to this. First of
Uh
all, just as a backstory, as a straight to lay the groundwork, none of the James Bond actors, well, none of the characters that the James Bond actors played die. Really, James Bond never died. It's always
right,
when
yeah.
Sean Connery played the role and he passed it on to Lazenby and Roger Moore. They just passed on the mantle like as if nothing ever happened. It's like, oh, okay, this is James Bond continuing the story, just played by a different actor. It's always like that. It's like the Batman Returns and Batman Continue to Batman Forever. It's like it's the same character, just played by a different actor. It's always like that, and continuing on. So I thought they were just
Right,
like,
yeah.
okay, so this is the end for Daniel Craig playing it, but we're gonna see this character continue in the next film, whoever plays it, right? So I did
Oh
not see
yeah,
it
yeah.
coming, even though Casino Royale was sort of like a soft reboot to the series, it's like an origin story in a way. So now this film have a this saga have like a definitive origin and a definitive end for Craig because it has an origin and then now it is dead.
Yeah.
But I still did not see it coming that he's gonna die. Although one of there is a film in the James Bond series called On Her Majesty's Secret Service. It's the only film played by George Lazenby.
Yep.
And in that film, spoilers for a very old film. Hopefully you don't mind, Arik.
Yep. It's fine.
This is the film. This is the film with Diana Rigg.
Oh, okay.
It's
I know her, yeah.
she plays the Bond girl. In this
Uh-huh.
film, Diana Rigg played Tracy, who got married to James Bond. This is the only time James Bond got married. And then,
Mhm.
like literally minutes after they got married. The bad
Mhm.
guy shot her, killed her,
Wow.
and James Bond was like
Damn.
in a distraught. And this is like the ending of the film. So when I watch it, I'm like, what the fuck? I literally love her character so much, and I'm so happy for Bond, and they killed her. This is insane. And then at the end of that, right before she got shot, the quote that James Bond said was like, "Hey, it's all right. We got all the time in the world."
Oh wow.
And then the ending song was "We Got All the Time in the World" by Louis Armstrong,
Oh wow.
which is the credit song of this film.
Oh,
So
is it?
so when Daniel Craig
Oh, Albert. Hang
one of the first things Daniel Craig said was that he wrapped her arm around Leia Sedux's character and like, it's all right, we got all the time in the world. And then they actually play the subtle tones of the music of "We Got All the Time in the World" in the
Oh.
film. I was
See, this.
so worried. I was like, are they gonna kill her off? Oh my god, they're gonna kill her. My brain was like, I didn't think Daniel Craig was gonna die. I thought they're gonna kill her off. I thought they're gonna do like, or like hinting at something. I don't know, but I thought an
Oh
important
damn.
character is gonna die. So that was in my mind. And then in the middle of the movie, they literally played the James Bond theme from All the Time in the World during when Bond and M was talking by the pier.
Yep.
There is some music that goes like dun dun dun.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah,
There
that
was
one, yeah.
the theme song from On Her Majesty's Secret Service. So I was like, they're
Oh.
really going in on this. They're giving themes. So I'm like, I don't know I feel like someone's gonna die. I literally still to this point, I did not think Bond was gonna die because I thought he cannot die. But yeah, at the very end when they actually, as soon as the poison was hit on him,
Yeah.
I was like, how are they gonna solve this? So they're literally gonna make this the way how Madeline's gonna die is because of this. It's gonna be so dark. It's gonna be so sad. Turns out Bond is gonna sacrifice himself, and as soon as I realize he's gonna do that, I'm like, oh my god, they're killing off James Bond. And from that point on until the end of the film, and when they played the song "We Got All the Time in the World," I was like in an emotional shock. I was like,
Oh wow, dude. That like if I did knew what if I did like knew about that movie, the Her Majesty's Secret Service, like I would have probably like put the two together and think Leia Sedux's character is gonna die, but not
yeah.
Bond. But damn it, you know what that's
That
just
was a
exactly what I
twist.
mean because I don't know James Bond movies very well previously, so like yeah, see these are the references I kind of miss out on. Um, jeez, but yeah, no, that was such
I
a surprising
appreciate that they do
ending.
that, but yeah, it's
That is
wild.
that is so cool. That's
Mhm.
you have to admit that is actually extremely impressive that they kind of like hint back because
Yeah,
I did want to mention this. The movie, well, the way I described it to Teguh is that this movie was good, but it would be better if you understood like the whole Daniel Craig series. Was it? I have a
100%
feeling there's
would.
like some like references I've missed out, but I'm not so sure.
I mean, definitely Vesper. You need to know
Yeah,
Casino
Vesper.
Royale because
Yeah,
Vesper died, and like he
I saw
visits the
that the year was
graves.
2006, and that's the release of Quantum of Solace. Is it? No, that was the first movie.
Casino Royale.
Casino Royale. Yeah, that was the release year.
Yeah.
Oh, huh.
Um. But yeah, there was a release series because Vesper died then.
Wait,
But
I
like
don't remember that guy though. The one in the prison. I forgot the one that's
Christoph
portrayed.
Waltz Blofeld.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. When did he appear? Was
He's
he
the villain. He's the
Inspector?
villain inspector.
Oh wait, now I recall.
They
Never mind.
captured him at the end. Yeah. And Madeline Swan was
Oh,
introduced in Spectre, which is why you really need to watch Spectre because they just
yeah. I
like
mean,
tied in.
yeah, because the first part of the story was mostly about well, kind of mostly about Spectre, like with the whole like Spectre gathering and everything. And the
Yeah.
twist came in like, oh, apparently the guy wanted to kill all the Spectre members.
Yeah.
And to be honest, most
And
of the middle part of this story, I was a bit confused,
mm,
but
I get you.
it cleared up in the end, sort of,
Yeah, that's
for
my
me.
biggest. I like a lot of part of this film. I think all of the characters are done really well. I really like Ray Fiennes as M. He really grew into the
Mm.
character. It's giving me so much vibes of all the older version of M. Moneypenny is all right. I was worried that I'm gonna hate Lashana Lynch 007's character
All her, yeah.
because of how she's set up to be. But I really like her character. What do you think? Do you like her
To be
character?
honest, yeah, like she was introduced as this like typical arrogant like woman, So
Yeah.
obviously I didn't really like her that much, and then it got kind of a bit worse when she introduces herself as 007. Because oh, no, I need to mention that like I was a bit surprised by this. Like I remembered people were talking about not people. I saw like an article that said the new James Bond is a black woman. Like that made no bloody sense in my opinion. But then when they implemented it like this, I'm like, oh, that's what they meant. It's not like she's not a new James Bond. She's just the new 007. It's just a
Yeah.
code.
Mhm.
But like okay, so like at least I can appreciate that's the case. Like she's not the James Bond. She's just 007. So
Yeah.
so I guess if they take it like as her own character, as her own like original character, will be nice actually. But yeah, no, like she does become a bit like better near the end. I did
I
kind of
like.
end up liking her more.
Yeah,
I like that she did the name drop thing. Do you know what time it is? It's not that no time to die. Just kicks the guy into the pool of acid.
Oh yeah.
that,
That
that was like
one of
oh.
my favorites. One of my favorite scene from her is that when they mentioned that Bond is reinstated as Double O, and she's like Double O
Huh?
what? She keep on insisting Double O what? She wanted to know.
All right, yeah, she's still
also,
007, but he's something else.
also I love during when they're in the plane before they jump off to the island when
Yep, yep.
Q was injecting Bond with the blood thingy, the tracker. Bond got it. Doesn't affect anything. Lashana Lynn's character Double O, she's like, ow! It's
Ah.
like you see how much tougher Bond is. Like,
Hey man, Bond has been through a lot. Okay, it's like how
yeah,
many decades? Well, over a decade.
yeah.
Oh, I did actually want to mention about Bond's character in this movie. I think
Mm-hmm.
some people pointed out in the movie, like reviews and stuff. They say that he's become more of the classic Bond, where he's a bit more, I guess, sarcastic and a bit more comedic at times with his dialogue. That, to be honest, like like I said, I didn't recall the previous Daniel Craig movies that well, but I did recall like in some parts, like, oh yeah, like he does seem to act a bit more like lively in this one. Is that true? Like, is he more expressive in here? Like more
Yeah,
sarcastic?
I rewatch all the Bond films. late last year.
Yeah.
So it's maybe my memory is not exactly correct, but there's definitely one-liners in this one, right? Bond saying like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I introduced your watch to someone, and it really blew their mind."
It really
It's like
blew their mind.
it's like those like classic cheesy Bond one-liners, which I don't think Craig really do in the previous films. So he does a lot of that, and there is both sort of a positive and a negative, in my opinion, in this film. I feel
Yeah.
like with this being, they know this being the last Craig films, they had like a bunch of checklists that they want to do of like, these are the classic Bond stuff that they do, and we should do this in this film. Like,
Oh yeah.
if villain with an island, check. One-liners, check. Introduce a new Bond girl, check. Get Felix Leiter, check. Introduce So like they have a bunch of checklists, which I think some of them works, and some of them sort of drags the story a little bit. Which I don't know. Did you feel the runtime was long?
It was it was very long. I remember the total runtime was like 160 something minutes, I think.
It's
Just like almost 2.5 hours. Almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, so so yeah, no, it did felt quite long, but then again they were trying to fit in quite a lot of not just fit in, they were also trying to wrap up a lot of stuff as well.
They're wrapping up a lot of the Spectre stuff.
Spectre, yeah, the Spectre.
They're
Like the first half of the movie is about the Spectre stuff, and then the second half is about the new bad. I guess is he the new bad guy? He is a new bad guy, right? Rami Malek's, yeah.
That is the weakest part of the film, in my opinion, because his character, we don't really understand his motivation as a whole, like why he want to sell the whole thing, and it's a big part of like because he's like the shadowy character that we don't really know about until the very end when there's sort of exposition. So like his character is out of all the new characters that's introduced, he's sort of like the weakest one in my opinion, and he's like supposed to be the big bad, which sort of suffers.
Just like because his whole story was like he killed Spectre using the nanobots thing, but then like he wants to sell it to the rest of the world, and
It doesn't explain why he want to do that.
Yeah. Like I don't get why. I think they did explain something along the lines of, I don't know, something peace and order, whatever. But like it's not. I don't know. It just didn't feel very personal to him or something. Because honestly, like his biggest driving factor was he wants to avenge his family, right? And he kind of already did. And then what? they just kind of like randomly make him do all these bad stuff. He's kind of like a typical Bond villain that's like a more classic Bond villain that's kind of one-sided, I guess. He felt kind of one-sided to me, at least.
Yeah, there is a layer to him, definitely, but it's one-sided. And again, my biggest issue is that his motivation is very unclear. His big motivation.
Yeah.
And like,
it's such a shame, actually, because he's the final bad guy, supposedly.
Yeah. But yeah, like going through the characters, Ana de Armas is so awesome in this role. I'm so sad it's such a minimal role.
What? Did you not see her dress? I'm pretty sure that's all you see.
She's
or just in between that.
She looks stunning, and her character is so fun as well.
She looks so good. I was like, whoa. But actually, I do want to kind of criticize her character a little bit. Like, like she was introduced kind of like shy, nervous, shy kind of deal.
Very nervous.
And like, but like, so like I'm getting there, and she said it herself, like, I've been in training for like 3 weeks or something.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, so she's supposed to be like this kind of noob, right? To hold the whole situation. But then when the action starts, she starts like killing like dozens of bad guys left and right, which is cool. I like it. I like her action and how she looks in those actions. But it was like, I don't know, like that part is a little bit inconsistent. Like all of a sudden she's extremely confident and strong, but you know what? But that's all I have to say really for it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, she has a very minimal role. She's like very excited to be on the field and like, oh my god, I'm working with CIA and everything. I like that personality, the bubbly personality, and like I don't know if this is true. I heard that the film, they already wrote the script, and then like the director decided, you know what? I'm gonna add Ana de Armas character into the story and fit her in. Which, if that's true,
really?
it sort of makes sense why it's so small and a little bit like if you change her character to someone else or just Bond on his own, 100% would work.
Actually, yeah, that's true. Yeah, no.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
that's true. But yeah, I don't know.
it does feel like she does. It's not necessary for her, but you know what? The way she looks good. She is the Bond girl of the movie, right? Or is that the
Uh,
007?
well, I
Who
would
is
say
the Bond girl?
the Bond girl is Madeline, Leah Sedux's character.
Oh, I mean, but she's the Bond girl of Skyfall. So
Yeah,
this is
she is sort of the new Bond girl. There's two Bond girls. Why not?
okay. There's two Bond girls because when I say like the Bond girl, I'm like every movie always has one
Yeah.
specific Bond girl to that movie. I was just
Uh-huh.
wondering like if she was the one specific to No Time to
Yeah.
Die.
She
I
just have a
know,
very small role. That's the thing.
yeah, Leia Sado is more like the Bond girl of the whole series, I suppose, or at least the
Oh,
second half of the
Spectre and
series.
this. Spectre and this.
Spectre in this, at least, yeah. Huh.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, her character for her minimal role, I think she's good as one of the newer introduction, along with Lashana Lynch, newer introduction. Um, I, I like that Felix Leiter is back. Jeffrey Wright is
Yeah,
fantastic.
I was gonna ask who is he? I don't think I remember seeing
He
him
appeared in
anywhere.
Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace, and he's a
What, the first
recurring.
two movies?
He's in the first two movies, and Felix Leiter is a recurring CIA character from all the James Bond film. He just appears every now and then. So like I like
Oh.
seeing him back. I don't know how I feel about them killing him off because I guess it's the last film they decided to do it. But I think it's nice seeing him back, definitely.
Damn, it's kind of sad that he died though in the end.
Yeah. But yeah, no,
think-
definitely. Go ahead.
I think I was just gonna say I think that's all I really have to say for it because, like I said, I didn't
And
watch the I mean, no, I didn't remember much of the previous James Bond movies. So it was like, I just enjoyed this one for what it is. So I think that's all I have to say really for it.
Blofeld coming back as well. It feels kind of long, the scene with Blofeld, and then he just died. Like that.
Yeah.
They probably could cut the runtime a little bit. They're just like tying in loose ends from the previous films because it's unfinished. But yeah, yeah, those are like some stuff that I nitpick in terms of the runtime mainly because there's a lot of stuff. But like the action are great. This is in the trailer, but literally when he flew up with the motorcycle on the staircase, that is so cool. Holy cow!
Oh yeah, I'm like, oh damn, that's that looks scary.
I know.
It's like it's so steep. And he's just like,
and like the sequence in the forest with the mist and everything, it's really awesome.
Oh yeah, yeah, and I should actually mention. I guess I think it's kind of obvious which one is my favorite. Like action scenes would be the stairwell fight scene. Where he goes all the way up to
Yeah,
stop
that's a good one.
to open the doors. Like it's like he just killed like so many people in that one shot. It was like it is pretty cool. Yeah, that's what I mean by like the James Bond is very action packed because we saw a lot of action sequences in many parts of the movie. Really. Oh, it's not a complaint though. I mean, I liked it.
Yeah.
Is it though? Is it the most action-packed James Bond movie, or is like
in terms of the correct ones,
more?
maybe I don't know. I cannot. Quantum of Solace have a lot of action. That's not good. Spectre is just boring. Skyfall have a lot of action. I don't know. This one might be because again, like they're trying to check off a lot of checklists. They could try to include a lot of it. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of action.
I don't know, but in my opinion, it does justify its runtime. I know it was extremely long, but it was kind of well deserved, I suppose.
Yeah, I did too. One thing that I talked about this with one of my friends who is a big James Bond fan. It took them so long to get to the music, to the opening credits, the "No Time to Die" by Alice song, because usually it's just like one scene. Usually it's just one scene, and then they cut to the intro music. This took a while. There's like scene of the flashback, and then they go to the modern time, and then Bond got blown up, and then they had a whole fight sequence and everything, and then get to the train, and then the intro. It was like, damn, that is the longest I've ever been.
Yeah, wait, that you mentioned it. Like, yeah, that's true.
That is the longest ever for a James Bond opening.
So, yeah, a lot of things happened before any of that. Wait a minute, did all James Bond or all Daniel Craig's in the previous movie didn't it all start off usually like the intro scenes, doesn't it always start off with him like doing this to the camera?
That's always in every Bond film. It opens with that like.
Yeah, but this time it didn't though. Like it just kind of cuts off to the
It did.
start. It did it?
It did. It do him doing that, and then it go to the flashback.
Oh no, I meant like after like where all the fancy cinematography.
No,
all
it's
the
always
weird
it's always
editing.
it's always him shooting the barrel, and then
It's
one
always in the
usually
beginning.
one scene, and then the music.
Oh, okay.
The
Never mind. I
exception
thought it
is
was.
Casino Royale because Casino Royale was the first film, and they start with a scene which ends in Daniel Craig shooting at the camera, and then it goes to the music.
Oh, okay. You know what? That makes sense. Okay, I thought it was like, what is it? Scene, camera shot, and then the what is it? Music video
okay,
thing.
Yeah.
I thought that's how it works. Okay, never mind. Yeah, because no, I did. He did do that in the beginning.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. I mean, overall, this film is great. So many great action sequences. Cinematography is really, really good. The music is really, really well done by Hans Zimmer. I like that he used the motifs once again. This is interesting though because once again, this is the first time Bond is killed off, so I don't know what's the next step is for the James Bond saga. They're definitely recasting it, but like I guess they do another reboot, which means that these characters won't come back, which is kind of sad because I like this version of Q. I like this version of M. I really want to see
Mhm.
another Armas comes back, but I guess we won't.
She
And
could
like
be.
Money Penny as well.
Oh, yeah.
They could be, but it's gonna be. I guess it could. You could just like treat it as if this is a different
Completely
Bond,
different. A
but
different Bond girl.
with the same. Oh, okay, a different Bond girl. But like I
Yeah.
was saying, like if they just bring back all the MI6 cast, but with a new Bond, and like make it a new thing, like as if the Daniel Craig Bond doesn't happen, they could do that. It would be kind of weird, but they could definitely do that.
Yeah, that's right. It could work. Huh.
Yeah, I'm curious, this because they never done this before, so I don't know what they're gonna do.
Is there any plans for the next like Bond series or reboots, or is there no
They
no use
they
of
say
that?
they're gonna wait until 2022, which is really close. They're gonna wait
That's
till
very close for a
2022.
reboot.
They're gonna wait for 2022 to start looking for a new Bond. They will look for a
Oh.
new Bond. They just want to let Daniel Craig write it out for this one. His one song. Let him get this.
Actually, yeah, that's true. Yeah, to be honest, yeah, if they are going for a reboot, like they should kind of wait it out just a bit.
Mhm.
Yeah, a few years.
But they're definitely gonna make a new Bond film. It's just curious what they're gonna do with it. If they're gonna really hard reboot it or whatever. But yeah, it will be the first time.
All right.
But yeah, so you have any final thoughts, or if not, go to the score.
Well, you know what? Apart from saying Ana de Armas is hot for like the third time, no final thoughts.
really hot.
We can go to the scores. So, what would you rate in your letterbox? I don't know.
I gave it a 4.5, which is a 9. I think
Wow.
once again, it's a really good swan song. It took me on an emotional shock, an emotional like thing, but I think it's still well done. I think it's the right choice for this version of Bond. They fixed a lot of they fixed a lot of issues that I had with the previous film, which is good. They introduced new characters, and some of them doesn't work, some of them work, but mostly it works. And it's just really, really, really well done. So yeah.
All right. Well, I would give it I think I'd give it like an 8 out of 10. To be honest, it would be higher by a bit, maybe by like one score, if
Uh-huh.
I have watched and understood the previous like Daniel Craig movies, because I understand the story a lot more. It's a lot more concise, but because just as it is actually a very good, very fun movie.
Mhm.
Very long, but you know what? It's justified considering all things considered.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my final score.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and Teguh gave it a 9 out of 10. Teguh really likes the movie.
Yep.
Kelvin will
Kel-
give it a 7 out of 10 because he got spoiled.
I think that's everything.
Yeah.
Damn, that's long.
I had to give Ariq a lot of backstory about
I didn't watch the
about,
previous Bond
about a
movies.
certain something that I'm not gonna say.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah. So what was your guys' score? Was
I
it
gave it a
aligned
9.
with Teguh?
I
Yeah,
gave it a 9.
yeah, he gave it a
9 out of 10.
10, and I gave it an 8 out of 10.
How
Would
about
have
Albert?
been Albert gave 9. 9.
Yeah, I have
Oh,
four and a
nice.
half
Teguh.
star. I have 4.5 stars in Letterboxd, so yeah, translate to me.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright. So yeah, that's the No Time to Die review. There you go. So yeah, this has been quite a long episode. It's 2 hours, damn. Alright, so yeah. That's why timestamps needed, I guess. So yeah, let's wrap it up, I guess, yeah. Arik, why don't you go ahead?
You can find me on Instagram at Ariq Andria, right? You can find me on Steam at Dumbledore's RB's Throwback to episode 95.
Nice. Yeah, you guys can find Teguh at TG23399 on Instagram and New Testament on Steam. And you guys can find me on Instagram at KYA27, DiscoMonkey027 on Twitch. And that's where we do console plays, but we haven't really been doing them. But stay tuned. Oh, what on Wednesday? Yeah, on Wednesday, me and Arik gonna do some console playing right there.
What? I don't. Oh,
Yes, we are.
malice.
Yes, we are.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I'm going to post all of that on Disco Monkey on my YouTube channel. Yes. So yeah, go ahead,
I,
check that out. Put it in the background. It's really fun.
I make
Yeah.
I make the thumbnails for his videos.
Yeah, there you go. Appreciate the thumbnails. Yeah.
Arik, you're getting paid for this.
Um,
I get
Ask
paid.
for some money.
I get
My-
paid with exposure. No, actually, no, Kelvin did pay me. Look, I still have it. Her.
Hey, no. I still have your figurine as well.
This
Yeah,
will,
your
this will
other-
be like
and my other
this will be like
figurines.
Arik's. This will be like Arik's portfolio. What have you done?
Yeah.
Calvin's YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Kelvin's YouTube channel.
Yep. All right.
Good stuff.
So yeah. Albert, go
Albert?
ahead.
Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at JA Wiradharma. Wiradharma spelled WIRADHARMA. Find the YouTube channel Jaw Movies, where you see all the video version of all this. I'm going to get clip outs of every one of them as well. That's Jaw Movies, where you find the video version of the Councilmen. And I don't have this on a banner, but follow me on Letterboxd at Jaw Movies as well. That's where I post all my movie reviews, sometimes serious, sometimes jokey. So just if you want to keep up with that one, what I'm watching, as well as this link right here, the box link that I have it. That's the link just now to the horror list. So if you want to introduce your friends to it, maybe like, oh, you don't like horror, try to check out this list from the Councilman, or show us this episode, and like try to see if this list works for them. You can check out this over there. So it's on my letterbox, but that's the link.
Yeah. All right. And lastly-
yeah, and follow the Councilman at Councilman Show on Twitter and Instagram. That's whenever we do lives. Whenever we go live, I post that in the Twitter. So make sure you follow. Click on the notification bell so you get notified. As well as find the Councilman everywhere you listen to podcasts: Apple, Spotify, Podbean, Castbox. It's the Councilman. Leave us a review. And I keep on saying that leave us a review, but I never actually check if anyone leave us a review. So I should probably check that for next. I'll check that for next week in case you guys actually do leave us a review and I didn't notice. So I'll do that. Where I'll check all the platforms and make sure if any one of you leave a review, we'll read it in the next episode. There you go.
Albert.
Hey, I forget to do that sometimes. Okay, we got a lot going on.
All right.
Yeah, right enough.
All right. So yeah. So yeah. I guess with that, the Councilman has spoken.
Spook. Spookin'.
And we'll see you on the next episode. Yeah.
Ooh.
Spooky-tober.